What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Tiege Hanley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Tiege Hanley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on to my friends and family? How are y'all feeling this morning? It is Friday. Or as my dog 2K like to say, Friday. It is Friday, August 8th, 2025, year of our Lord. What's going on, friends and family? How y'all feeling today? Yeah. Yeah. What up, Renee? What up, Jason? 18 Ride on Politics, A. Wyatt, Tiffany J. Joe Gunn, Sabrina Azriel. What's happening, Molly? Kendrick? You need that Teach pack? King Richards, Ryan Smith, ABJ's Wise, and Strong Trees Nicholas. A Dunn. Low. What up, Low? Low and Low. So Oop Milk Eric. KB, Moses King. AC Reviews the World. What up, big dog? Username Delta, Fukari Ferry, Mark, Hank, all of my friends and family, Sarah, D-Rage, Daraj. What up, Chip the Great? What up, Quick Fix? What up, Lou? Lou's Reviews and stuff, Jay Caldwell. Hey, Wyatt, Enos, R9 Cybertech. What up to all of my friends? 70J, I see y'all in the building. I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, we in the building, man. We are in the building. I would like to welcome y'all to the final show of this week of the Millionaire Morning Show. You know what? I ain't even got my tickets yet. I need to get my tickets. I need to get my tickets. What are we doing? I need to go to Miami. I need to go to Miami. All of the ratchet chicks was out last night. All of the ratchet chicks was out last night. They said they trying to get some residuals from Chris Brown. Shout out to all of the hood rats. Shout out to all of the slim chicks, the beautiful chicks. I will say, I think that Chris Brown may be the GOAT. I ain't even gonna cap. I think that Chris Brown may be the GOAT. He may be the GOAT when it comes to entertainment, and whoever it was that was supposed to take R. Kelly's place, it might be Chris Brown. I ain't even gonna cap. I used to think it was Usher, but that might have been because Usher, he had his Vegas residency. Hey, Usher had a hell of a run. Usher had a hell of a run. I ain't even gonna cap. But I think it's Chris Breezy. Gotta be Chris Breezy. At the very least. Chris Brown absolutely gotta be the GOAT. I ain't even gonna cap. I ain't even gonna cap. Might be Chris Brown. He brought out all the big backs. All of them, they was out last night. Everybody was out there. So listen, Michael Jackson is dead. Michael Jackson is dead. So yeah, it's we gonna have to move over past Mike, you know. We gotta move past Mike. Mike is gone. Somebody just dropped a comment on one of my videos. They said, Anton, you talk about Jasmine all you want. Sylvia Hudson 81 said 281 says this. Anton, you talk about Jasmine all you want, but I love her and what she is doing. Don't know why you always say negative comments about her. You sound jealous. Ooh. Ooh, y'all feeling some type of way. I must got, like I said, I was telling people yesterday, before we get started with the show, I was telling some people yesterday, I said, I think I got motion, bro. I am. I'm finally, you know what, let me tell you what about the thing about black people. All right. To all of my white snow bunnies, I be saying, y'all, we let it snow. All of my white snow bunnies, let me tell you something. When y'all start getting people in y'all community that y'all love, that start to get some, some level of motion, when they start to blow up, um, y'all just be like, yeah, you dope, you blowing up. The thing about black people is that they always looking to humble you. And there may be a little bit of hater in that spirit too. But they only looking to humble you when you slow roll it. So I'll give you an example. If I say, oh man, you know what? I don't look at it like that. I'm just a regular person. No, no, no. You not a regular person. You up there. You getting to that status. But then if I say, yeah, man, because I got motion in my own city and I'm making it happen, he think he bigger than he really is. He think just because he got a couple subscribers that's supposed to mean something to us. You still Anton from the block. You still Anton from Detroit. Listen, you got motion in Detroit, but you ain't really got motion in Miami. If you went to Miami, you would just be a small fish in a big pond. Them little cars you got, them little 12 cars that you drive, oh, you can combine them all together and it would just be one of what they driving in Miami. You see that Bugatti down there? Meanwhile, they don't be having they ain't got a dime to their name. The person that's humbling you, the person that's humbling you in the community, they don't have two nickels to rub together. They don't have two nickels to rub together. In debt, trying to figure it out. They will humble you, they will tell you, they will read you your Miranda rights. But it just depends on how you approach it. So you got to pick and choose your spots. When you amongst white people and you got motion, they treat you like a celebrity. They do. If you a black man and you go around white people, you run into a couple. Hey, oh my God, Sarah, I can't believe it. Come on over here. Come on over. We were just watching you on TV. Oh my God, I just watched you on the Millionaire Morning Show. I didn't know that you were in Detroit. Is this crazy? Sarah, can I get a pic? Can you flick it up? Picture with him? Sarah, you get a picture too. Sarah, get a picture with Anton because you've been talking about how you love him. You love him. You love Anton. Oh my God, my whole family watched you. We had you all on a big screen yesterday. Black people is different. You got to be different around them. You know what I'm saying? They look first. And you catch they out with them, you look over, they be like, act like they wasn't looking. Hey, this is black people. Let me tell you how black people move. Hey, they know who you are. Hey, you that guy, right? What's his name? What's his name? I can't remember. What is his name again? And I say, Anton. Yeah. What's up, man? Oh man, that's crazy. I didn't even know. I didn't even. I seen your stuff a long time ago, and I tapped out. But then I came back in. What up, big dog? What's going on? Not much, man. I'm just chilling, bro. How you feel? I seen you over there. I thought it was you. I said, you know what? I don't really want to go over there and bother him because you know how it is when you run into people. They think they too big for their britches. So I just, no, man. I'm just a regular person, bro. How you doing, man? What's your name? I'm Jason. Let me tell you, bro. I mean, cause you said some stuff, and I was like, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about him, but I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm glad I ran into you. You really are. You got good attitude. Yeah, man. I'm just chilling, bro. I ain't thinking too much about myself. But white people, oh my god, you can I Gene Gene Smith, Gene Smith, come over here, take a picture. Get a lot of them. Get them both in portrait and landscape mode. Cause can I tag you? Oh, let me show you. Let me show you my daughter. Look, we just got her married, and it's crazy. We watch you every day. We watch you on all platforms. Yes, and I'm a bag chaser. That's how it is. It's just the way it is. Black people, they different. Is that him? You that guy, right? You on the internet? I seen you going viral. That little stuff you going viral on that. I was like, this guy crazy. I ain't even thinking about him. And then they hit you with this on the way out. Yo, you want to flick it up? Yo, bro, can you hit us with it real quick? Like, dog, this is too much. It's too much. It's too much. Honestly, that's my life. That is my life. All right, y'all. We got enough people in here. We got enough people in here. Once we get past 1,000, then we gonna go ahead and start getting started with the show. All right. White people. They ain't tripping off that. They ain't trying to figure it out. None of that. Black people. Man, what's your little podcast name? What's the little podcast you got? Oh, it's just my name. Yeah, I remember that. I seen that before. Good luck with your little podcast, bro. Like, get into his raggedy car. Like, okay, thank you. I appreciate you. You just treat everybody nice. You don't trip about it. Mike that dude. Appreciate you, Mike that dude, for holding me down. Thank you, my friend. Tim Modlin says, Happy Friday, AD and the Bag Chasers. If y'all not a part of the Patreon, we got Sock Club coming up. If you're not a part of the Patreon, we got Sock Club coming up. All right. So make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Thank you to everybody that hold me down on Cash App. I appreciate y'all. Let me read a couple of super chats. And Tony Williams, my dog, my Chicago brethren, says, Happy Friday, Anton. Are you going to cover the group of white kids who ganged the two kids in Simi Valley? I asked y'all, what was that about? Let me see if I can find something about that. Tony, send it to me. Just email it to me and I'll get it immediately because I have no clue. I asked everybody last night on After Hours, what is up with this Simi Valley thing? Why are people sending me hate mail? Why are people sending me hate mail about Simi Valley? Thank you, Tony. Can you send that to me in my email, bro? Shout out to Anton. The panel landed me a crazy deal. Shout out to Taney. Yeah, get that money, big dog. Get that money. What is this Simi Valley situation that y'all keep talking about? I need to know. Nobody has sent me an email on Simi Valley. But I've gotten plenty of hate mail. I was showing people some of my hate mail yesterday. I was showing people some of my hate mail yesterday. I don't know where Simi Valley is, Molly. I have no clue. But I know this. This is what I know for sure. I know y'all can't read it, but I'm going to read it for you. You had so much to say about them grown ass white people being jumped on in Cincinnati. Meanwhile, when it comes to a black teenager being beat up in Slimy Valley, you have nothing to say. I can't believe I used to like your coon ass. Yep, that's what it says. That is what it says. Yep. Yep. That is what that one says. And then I get other ones too. I get other ones. Here's some other ones. I'll share them with you guys. I want you to see them. This one is from this one is from here. Let me blow it up, you guys. This one is from Twan Green. Email is twangreen2019@gmail.com. He says, daycare, y'all might want to turn this one down. So how much them crackers pay you to comb? Bitch ass nigga. We see you ain't said nothing about attack on the black boy. Boy is spelled B-O-I. I guess you gotta stay silent, you bitch ass nigga. You will be exposed out here, bitch ass nigga. And fuck you and go tell them crackers and daddy I said that, pussy ass nigga. And then he also previously to that said, cone ass nigga, your time is coming to an end. Best believe it, you bitch ass bleach your skin fuck boy. Just one of plenty of hate mail that I get on a regular basis. That's my life. This is my life. I know y'all think that I just be sitting there and every email that I get is praise. Oh my God, I love you, Anton. Nope, that's not what I get. I get black people, no white people, zero, zero white people. Zero white people have things to say about me. It all comes from my brother from another mother. My brothers from another mother make sure that they put me in my place and help me to understand that I'm trying to bleach my skin and how much of a BAN I am. He said Anton is going to cry in the car. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm not invited to the cookout. Oh my God, I can't believe it. In the meantime, you guys can catch me on Fox News tonight on the Laura Ingraham channel. I don't know if we're gonna do it or not. Let's see what we saying. Hang on, chain rundown. So you guys, I might be jumping on the Laura Ingraham channel tonight. Just got confirmation 11:50. They just text me. I'm gonna text them back in a minute after the show. So if you guys want to catch me on Fox News, the biggest platform from a conservative perspective, then I'll probably be on the Ingraham sometime between the 7 and 8 o'clock hour. Okay, guys. I can't- I'm not invited to the cookout. No, no. Please invite me to the cookout. Oh, yeah. I am chocolate. I'm daddy. I'm daddy. I'm daddy. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's the first time you saw me. I was on her show. Yeah, I still rock with Fox News. They're my peoples over there. I rock with Fox. They love Ton Dog. They love Ton Dog. I ain't going to no more black cookouts anyway. I'm only going to white cookouts from now on. When a check clears, crazy. Shout out to Tanny, man. Get that money, big dog. Get that money. PJ says, just for the support, shout out to all of the bag chasers. Shout out to the chasers. Jay Ben in the building says those comments are under O'Shea Duke Jackson's video. Abundance Mindset says, Time Dog, you a fool. LLS, a look. I bet them little ping pings can't slap they thighs with no hands. By the way, use ChatGPT to revamp my resume, landed a 6-figure, and only have to work 4 days. Bag Chasers is up. Run it up. Run it up. Make sure y'all go look at that AI live stream that I did inside of the Patreon and run it up. Run it up. Stay away from the potato salad. Man, listen, y'all don't know white people can cook. Y'all got the wrong perception of white people. I'm about to get started with the show. White people can cook, especially barbecue. White people are barbecue experts, pit masters. They may not be able to cook soul food. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to cook your collard. I like collard greens. I like all of that stuff. I like all of the soul food. They can't cook the sweet potatoes. You know what I'm saying? The candy yams. That may not be their expertise. You just got to pick and choose the white food that you rock with. Go with the barbecue. They love the barbecue. They know how to spread just the right amount of pepper. You know what I'm saying? They don't overcook it, undercook it. They do it based off of the temperature. They put it in there. White people, they know how to cook. Go to you some white cookouts. They hook you up. They love that barbecue. Just a brown girl in America says, hope your day is blessed beyond measure. The interview with my ex is next week. Oh my God, you scare me. I have a question. I'm interested in picking your brain about any questions you think I should ask from a man's perspective. Just a brown girl. I'm scared. You're going to have to let me think about that one, baby. You're going to have to let me think about that, baby. All right. All right. Y'all ready? All right. I need to try to set Texas Southern boy barbecue before the summer ends. All right, y'all. Let's get started with the show. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Got six, maybe 7 to cover, depending on what the time is. If I get too distracted, if y'all don't derail me, then I'll do 7. If you do derail me, then I'm gonna do 6. All right. So if you don't derail me, we go 7. If you derail me, then we go 6. So keep yourselves in order. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. For all of my bussy boys out there, it's Friday. Don't listen. Don't deny who you are. Just warn everybody. Yep, I'm walking around. I'm possibly going to give HIV to you. So if you want to mess with me, then you play both sides of the field. You're the running back and you're the receiver, What we got first on the docket? Okay, so all right. Just real quick, just 10 minutes on this one. Have y'all seen this whole little Labubu craze? I first heard about it, and this is why it's important for y'all to stay connected to the streets. All right. My streets lately has been my daughter. She keep me up to date on everything. She said, Dad, do you want to see my latest toy? I said, what is it, my 17 going on 18-year-old daughter? She says, Dad, look at this. She brings out this ugly doll, and it looks just like that right there. She said, isn't it cute? I said, well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. She said, look at it, Dad. It's got on a Dior hookup or whatever. And so she got a bunch of these little things. And she said, Dad, it's hot right now. You need to put yourself up on a Labubu doll. Want me to get you one? I said, I'm going to pass on that one. All right. Y'all said that y'all got some Labubus. Okay. But anyways, these Labubu dolls are the newest craze, right? I don't know how this stuff just gets. That's the thing that I'm curious about, because how do certain things go viral? Who makes it popular? Who makes it about? I need to catch the wave before it gets too popular so I can make all of the money from it. I need to make some strategic investments. They gremlins, that's what they look like to me. But they're called Labubus, and people love them, and they're going crazy. So much so that now the thieves over in Los Angeles are starting to ransack and break into places based off of trying to steal Labubus. Now, I've always been very, very weirded out at when people and how people decide that they want to commit crimes. And that's largely because it's like, yo, y'all commit crimes off of the latest craze. When you get caught, well, they may not get caught because they're in Los Angeles, but when you get caught, right? Do you be saying to yourself 5 years later when it's no longer crazy, man, I got caught and I got caught up because I was stealing Labubus, bro. I broke into a shop and I was stealing Labubu. What you in for? Labubu. How long you got? 4 or 5 years. Yo, fam, you need to, man, that's crazy. I just could never imagine if I'm going to do a crime, it's going to be a crime based off of like something that I should be able to stand up on. And when I get out of jail, it's like, yo, what'd you do? Yeah, dog, you know, I was the biggest weight mover over in the Southwest area. I ran the streets, you know, when I got caught up. I shouldn't have got caught up with that little hoe over there. What did you go to jail for the last? Why you got a felony on your record? Why you can't get a job? Labubu. Yeah, dog, it's Labubu. And so that's weird to me. But this is what's happening over in Los Angeles and resale shops.
We are hearing from a store owner after a group of thieves ransacked her resale shop, taking thousands of dollars in Labubu dolls. While still in shock, Joanna Avendano is also hoping for justice. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez has the story.
There was a lot taken, maybe like around 30,000 or more of inventory.
Joanna Avenado has only been open for 2 months, and now she's recovering from a break-in.
I was muted. That's good, because all I was doing was talking about how sexy the news reporter was. I was muted, but that's God working. Sometimes y'all got to understand that God is working in mysterious ways. If I was muted, that's a blessing, because that was just God protecting me from some of the stuff that I probably shouldn't have been saying. And the lady was nice and fine. Let's go back to her real quick. She was looking stacked. She's stacked. She's stacked. That's my style. That's my style right there. I know y'all into the younger chicks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all into the chicks that just turned 18 years old and you like, yeah, that's your style. That's not my style. My style is a little more seasoning in the potato salad. You know what I'm saying? My style is grown, but they was able to kick, you know what I'm saying, keep it together. I see you, baby. I see you. That's all I was talking about. Y'all didn't want to hear that. She ain't got no ring on her finger either. Or maybe she do. Or maybe it's just a side of the ring that she got it on. I like them a little older. You know what I'm saying? I like them a little seasoned. A little broken in. You know? I don't like being around. And I ain't even talking about just like, oh no, relationship section. I don't want to talk to no chicks that's like, I don't want to have a conversation with a girl that is under the age of like 35. It's like, what do we have to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing for us to have a conversation about.
also hoping for justice. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez has the story.
There was a lot taken, maybe like around 30,000 or more of inventory.
Joanna Avenado has only been open for 2 months, and now she's recovering from a break-in. Early Wednesday morning, her resale shop in La Puente was burglarized, but the suspects weren't after the register. They were after collectibles, specifically Labubu dolls. If you haven't heard of them, Labubus have exploded in popularity thanks to TikTok trends, celebrity endorsements, and their one-of-a-kind look.
Always a celebrity
endorsement. We
endorsement.
worked so hard to get to this point, and for them just to come in like nothing and take it all away, you know, it's really bad.
Avenado co-owns One Stop Sales with her boyfriend. She says she closed up late Tuesday and noticed a truck nearby, but thought nothing of it. That night, she woke up feeling something was off.
A gut feeling, kind of, just to check my phone. Once I checked my phone, I saw that there was a detection motion of a sound that was coming through the front.
That was the sound of glass shattering as thieves smashed in the door. Avenado watching as it all unfolded from a camera mounted inside the shop.
I was watching everything from when they got in, what they were taking. I was panicking because I was just like, I felt so like if I couldn't do anything, you know.
The suspects ransacked the store, but only took the high-value Labubu dolls.
I think that these people have been watching us maybe to figure out what kind of inventory we have so they can come in, because they knew exactly what to go for and what to get.
She hopes someone will recognize this truck or the suspects. If you have any information about the thefts of these Labubus, you're asked to contact the LA County Sheriff's Department City of Industry substation.
That's messed up. It is. And it doesn't matter about how we feel about the product that's being sold. That's their product. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm always very, very, very careful. She set it up. Why would she set it up? Y'all sickening. That's cap. She set it up. How you gonna sit here and talk negatively about the person that's a victim? If she set it up, think about this for a second. And I want y'all to very much focus on how dumb y'all sound sometimes. If she set it up, why would she call the news? Why would she bring more visibility into a situation if she was just trying to get a quick insurance payout? If I do something, why wouldn't I want to quietly solve for it and just file it with my insurance company? Why would I set up the break-in and destruction of my own place and then call the news to do an interview, call multiple different news outlets in order to do an interview about it? Why would I even want to show my face? Do y'all even know how insurance works when it comes to businesses and inventory? Do you even really know exactly what that is? Do you know that most small businesses don't even have insurance? They don't have insurance to cover the damages that's usually reserved for the larger places, the L&Ms, the H&Ms, or whatever it is, the American Eagles or whatever. Do y'all even know how it works, or do y'all just be saying stuff sometimes? Honestly, I think that some of y'all are truly retarded. Like, it's not even something hard to figure out. Anyways, back to what I was saying. The point that I was making is that it's very, very disheartening sometimes. It's very disheartening sometimes to think that people have completely taken your stuff and destroyed your stuff and broken into your place. And even when you see people, it makes you skeptical. It burns your heart sometimes. It makes you a lot more. It makes you less receptive to general people. When we born into this world, we're not born with this darker heart. You know what I'm saying? We're not born into a space where we believe that we have to, you know what I'm saying, be vetting. But when you see people around, man, I don't trust nobody nowadays, bro. I don't trust nobody nowadays. I see my girl Mika. What up, Mika? I don't trust nobody nowadays. Like, if you own a store, you know what I'm saying, and you see people are walking in or whatever, you have to automatically start profiling because it's a part of your safety. Your safety requires for you to profile people because you don't know what somebody's true intention is. So now you got to start being like, what are they up to? Why they keep hanging around the store? Hey, man, what y'all got going on? Why do I keep seeing this car driving up and down the street? And 9 times out of 10, you may be right. 9 times out of 10, you may be right. Your instincts may be dead on. Dead on. And they want us to give the benefit of the doubt. They want us to start telling, no, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nothing. I don't trust a soul. I don't trust a woman. I don't trust a man. I don't trust nobody. I just automatically start process of elimination. I don't think you like me that much. What's the true goal? What's the true motive behind why you here? What you doing over here? Where you from? You just curious? You just stumbled over here?
Thieves targeting a store selling those viral Labubu plush toys, stealing thousands of dollars worth of that merchandise. KCAL's Michelle Gilly spoke with the store's owner, who says the crooks may get a surprise when they realize what they took.
Thieves broke in and stole thousands of dollars of collectible Labubu plush toys Wednesday at One Stop Sales in La Puente. Instinct told owner Joanna Avendano to check her phone in the middle of the night, and she watched the burglary crew on the security cameras, immediately calling 911.
I saw when they shattered the window from the door, and they just rushed in, started speaking and telling each other to grab certain stuff. So it's like if they knew what they were going for and where the stuff was, which I'm not sure how.
Joanna Avendano says the men dressed in hoodies and masks and took several sets of authentic Labubu keychain dolls and some larger plush Labubus totaling about $30,000. Her entire inventory was almost wiped out. There are fake Labubu toys called Lafufus. This is one of them here. The store owners say that the thieves may not have realized it, but they actually ended up stealing a couple of cases of the phony ones, the Lafufus, which are worth about a third of what the real ones are worth. The popular Labubu start around $50 and go as high as several $100.
They're using a crowbar to open the first door. It's probably took them like 5 minutes to open the first door.
LA County Sheriff's deputies came to the store to get more details about what's missing.
Right now, I haven't been able to sleep. It's very frustrating because I feel like people don't know how it makes us feel like as business owners. It's already hard enough in this industry.
In La Puente.
It's time to move, bro. It's time to move. It is time to move. I'm rethinking everything, to be honest with you. I've been rethinking everything. I've been rethinking, where my locations are, how I'm going to move, what my long-term goal is. I've been rethinking everything. I've been rethinking if I should sell certain land where I anticipated on building something on, if I should move further into an insulated community. Maybe we should move into a gated community. I've been rethinking everything. Everything is being rethought. I don't trust nobody, bro. I honestly don't trust nobody. And so nobody should have their stuff broken into. Nobody, bro. I was looking at well, I ain't gonna tell you none of that. I'll tell my back chasers that. I don't trust nobody, man. I don't trust y'all. So you saying you live around white people? What do you mean you live around white people? What, you don't think that white people steal? You ever seen a meth head? All white people are awesome. I live around white people. I know. Right over there in that trailer park over there. All white people ain't created equal. No, it's some really awesome black people. It's some awesome black neighborhoods and people that keep up their grass and stuff. It's some awesome white people. But y'all just blanket, I live around white people. What that mean to me? That don't mean nothing to me. Apparently you ain't been down to Taylor. You know what I'm saying? I live around white people. Wait, what that mean? You don't think that you think they love you? That group? You think that all white people rock with all white people? You think that they can't find out where the degenerates is? What's going? What is it? Hey, want me to sweep up for you? They're breaking your stuff just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? White people don't steal. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They still different than you. Boy, listen. I could find a YN that's sold for me. It's different when it comes to for white people. They got a different type of energy. That's why you so trusting. That's why you got took to family court and and she took half of your stuff. I only live around white people. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. It's a self-hate thing that black people have where they elevate other people, and it don't even have to just be white people. I live around Asians. What, you don't think Asians is degenerates too? You don't think they got no degenerate Indians? Have y'all seen Indian men around one woman over in India? Have y'all seen Indian men cooking their food with their feet? Give you a nice hot shoe sandwich. I check Indian men all the time. Seem like every time I go to a mall, then they go, "Ha show. Hey, hey, what you doing? Man, we just got over COVID." I say that junk all the time. We just got out of COVID, right? No, you're nasty. You're nasty. And everybody should not have to suffer all of the germs because you want to fail to cover your mouth. Cover your mouth. Ha-cha. Hey, I don't know what they do in your country where you're from, you know, because I see you wearing sandals in the wintertime, so I know you're not inherently from here. I don't know what they do in your country, buddy, but over here we cover our mouths. Can't even say bless you because you just sneezing in. You know me, I make a scene. Did he just sneeze out in the open? Did he sneeze in front of everybody knowing that it's a restaurant around there? Has he ever seen outbreak? I say it out loud. It's a rhetorical question. Well, whoever it is that I'm with. Did he just sneeze out loud? You know, did you sneeze out loud or did you cover your mouth? Oh, I tried to cover. Don't you missed. You missed. Keep on covering with your mouth open. Covering with no hands over your mouth. Missing every time. How'd you? Dog. Nigga, you missed your whole shirt. Y'all be thinking that everybody is all sweet. Them people, listen, bro. People is bad everywhere. Brown girl, you scare me. You scare me. You scaring me. Carrington Love Jr. says Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy the doctor never told y'all niggas. Shout out to Drizzy. Abundance Mindset says, dang, he big mad. Must have been Malik's alter ego. Terrible People Podcast says, how's a Hebrew is irrationalite gonna disrespect our king of the bag chasers? I don't know what's wrong with him. Jay Ben with a couple says, AD mute clips coming soon. Obama voiceovers. Always catching in the post-production now. I always catch it in the post-production. Jay Ben says, dude, doing a reverse trick, daddy? He said, no, 35 plus. I say, absolutely. Oh, I don't believe in talking to women and having conversation. I'll even reduce it down to like 30, 32. Anything beyond that, it's like, you a baby. You're a baby. Anything below 30, 32, you pushing it. You are pushing it. You absolutely are pushing it. 100%. Y'all like chicks that's under 30? Y'all like, if you okay, let me qualify myself. If you're over 40, you like talking to women, like you like having a conversation with a woman that's under 30, 32. What I'm going to talk to her about? I need to say this conversation for after hours. What would you talk to her about? Like when y'all talk to women that are under 30, let's just use a clean number. If you talk to a woman that's under 30, what do you talk to her about? Talk about her career, her goals, school. What is it? Her previous dating history, boyfriends, what app is she on? What's her latest post? What do y'all talk to her about? Do those type of women know how to talk without their phone in their hand or no? Her hair and her nails? Honestly, I'm genuinely curious. When guys say that they like women that are younger, what do y'all like connect on? You got to talk her through it. That's it. I'm straight. I'm good. How good her mouth is. She don't even know how good her mouth is. She's still using teeth. Ah. That's a suffer session right there. That's a suffer session. You know what? Just stop. Hold on. Get up. 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 Just stop. I'm this Friday, right? It's Friday. Is it Friday? All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna say that for after hours. I'm gonna save it for after hours. I'm 27. Chill, big dog. Well, you supposed to like Gary. You supposed to like chicks that's younger, cause you 27, right? Oh, I ain't got nothing but black women that work for me. I love black women. Low mileage. You trying to marry her? Less trauma. They all got trauma. What you think that she wasn't being touched on since she was 11, 12 years old? Oh, you think that just because she 23, 24, 25 that she got less trauma. She got just as much, if not more trauma than anybody. She just don't even know how to handle her trauma. See, let me tell you the difference between women that are 40, that are 40, 41, 42, 43, and the women that are 20, 21, 22, 23. They all got trauma. They all been touched on by an uncle. They all been fetishized. They all done went under the bleachers of the football field. They all done got bust down. Here's the difference. The older ones know how to compartmentalize and hide their trauma long enough in order for y'all to have a good time. The younger ones feel like they need to trauma dump on you. That's the difference. And so you can't even enjoy them. Listen, I know you got trauma, but hold that shit in. You think that she got less trauma because less mileage? Man, people done ran that up. She ain't no different. She just ain't graduated from her trauma yet. She hasn't learned how to compartmentalize it. She not gonna get rid of it. She just don't know how to hold that in. She don't know how to hold that trauma in. Oh man, she got less miles. Boy, what? She got less what? You crazy. You smoking crack. You smoking crack. Her uncle ran her down, boy. Oh no, she got less trauma. You can teach her. Okay. You keep believing that, big dog. You keep believing it. Anyways, make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read a couple of more super chats. Y'all so naive. She got less trauma. I'm gonna learn you something though. Real quick. Google Pazuzu. Nope. Nope. She gonna mess up my algorithm. Mika said, Mika! I told Mika yesterday she had an unfair advantage. I'm not arguing with Mika no more. Nope. No more. When Mika talks, when any of the women talk on the panel from now on, I am going to let them have it because I told them yesterday you got an unfair advantage. What's wrong with 35 AD and I still owe Beanie. You still got Beanie Babies? I'm not arguing with Mika and none of them no more. I'm not arguing with nobody because people can't see past the beauty. They can't see past, oh my God, Mika, you killed it and you're so gorgeous at the same time. I said, I'm not doing this with her. I'm not doing that's what I say. I realize, okay, you know what? Yep, I agree. Okay. Okay. I'm not going back and forth with them no more. I'm allowed. That's for men that are a little bit less unseasoned on these panels. I'm gonna leave that to Slimmy, 2K, and Q Diddy. Aaron L says, just remember someone became a millionaire from selling pet rocks. Imagine the YNs in the 70s getting locked up for selling pet rocks. Aaron L says, or stealing pet rocks. Facts. Username Delta says, You should be Shannon Sharp's big homie. I prefer mature ones also. Been his way from the get. These dudes be PDFs wanting barely 18s. Facts. Facts. A woman got a history. You got to see that whole facts. Sarge says, AD launched my 339th biker cross country today. Sharing your content for the long ride. Keep up the great work. What up, Sarge? Be safe out there, bro. Ride defensive. Be safe out there. Me could be cooking me, see? There we go. I agree. I'm agreeing with anything that any of these women. I've gotten to the age to where I just agree. Yep. I agree. I agree. You don't even know how to spell her name. You spelling it Mecca. I don't even know no Meccas. Anyway. I don't know no Meccas. So whoever this person is that you're referring to, that's not her. I don't know no Meccas. So I know that you biased too. Mecca be cooking you. Who the hell is Mecca? Who is Mecca? I don't agree with you. So, nah. Take that. Over in Jersey, parents are able to be charged, and they're starting to expand this across the United States of America. Over in Jersey, parents are starting to be charged for their kids' behavior. If they can't get it together, they're going to get you together. All right, make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Concern in the Metro this evening about a scary new trending crime. Police say groups of people in flash mobs are sneaking into apartment buildings, taking over community rooms, partying, and causing damage. Joe Mason shows us one group caught on camera.
A wake-up call, yeah.
A wake-up call for John McKellar, who was home here at Platform Apartments in St. Paul Sunday nights. When this happened, a flash mob took over the building, holding a party in the party room.
There's over 40 people that somehow snuck into the building, smoking, partying, damaging things, and it was just terrible.
Let's back up. We can show you this crime on surveillance video. Watch as a group gets into the entryway. Then a guy tries to force the door open, even kicking it to get into the building.
Many people didn't let them in, and then eventually someone did.
The apartment management company didn't want to go on camera. How many people and how long were they here for?
We think there was between 40 and 50 people, and they were here from about 11:30 at night to 2 in the morning.
He says the group started rapping and smoking weed.
So I'm like, oh my goodness.
The smell hit John like a ton of bricks.
I go in the hallway, and I mean, like, it's just smoke, it's gas, you just...
Now, you know, when the nice, gentlemanly, braided hair guy, black guy with the braids, when he comes on camera and he says, listen, it was just too much. It hit me like a ton of bricks. You know that there are problems with your, and see, y'all love white people. Y'all don't never want to say nothing that white people can't do nothing wrong either. Yes, they do. They do stuff wrong all the time. They do stuff wrong all the time. They in there freestyling. Yo. They do stuff wrong all the time, just like other people. They kick doors in. They terrorize the community. They smoke trees. They don't just smoke trees. Let me tell you something about white people. They don't smoke just anything. They smoke gas. They put gas on it. Yo. Throw that M&M on. I don't speak. I float in the air wrapped in a sheet. Not a real person. I'm a ghost trapped in a beat. Yo. You know me, I'm calling the police. Hey! I don't let nobody inside of my building. Hey, I forgot my key. Okay, well, you're going to have to call the concierge and get security because I don't know you. Can you just let me in? I just got to go in and use the bathroom. If they keep asking me, I just turn around. And I go talk to the concierge. Hey, you know them? No, I don't think they live here. Yeah, I think they're trying to get in the building. You might want to be a little bit more alert on them. I'm a civilian. I'm a citizen. I don't play by the same rules that everybody else plays by. Hey man, you seem real cool. That's the same thing when I used to see you at the at the corner store. Hey, Hunk, can you buy me? Can you just pay for this real quick? I forgot my ID. Pay for what? Oh, I'm just trying to get a drink. Where your parents at? What you mean? What you mean, Unc? I just forgot. Where your parents at? Hey, can you get the police on the phone? Call the police. We got 2 minors that are trying to do things that they're not supposed to do, and it looks like they probably should get the police to search the car too, because there's no telling what it is in there. Probably some open alcohol, maybe some gas in there. So call the police. Yeah, 2 white boys just tried to get me to try to buy them some alcohol outside of this store, outside of the 7-Eleven, and I told them no. And I think that they got something in their car. I can't tell, but I think I see some smoke coming out the car, and it's not cigarette smoke. It smells like marijuana. Can you please send 3 units over here, because I'm not feeling safe? If you looking for me to help you be a degenerate, you got another thing coming, buddy. If you're looking for Anton from AntonDaniels.com to help you be a degenerate, you have something else coming. I am going to call the police on you. I am going to call. I'm sorry. Hey, can we get 3 units out here? How do you know it's 3 units? Because it looks like you probably need 2, but 3 is for me.
Smell it. It's so strong.
This flash mob left behind a mark. What kind of damage happened here?
They made a mess. They damaged some cabinetry, some of our spaces.
Over the last few months, he tells me the group has done the same exact thing at other apartment complexes around St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Look at them. See them? Degenerates. St. Paul, Minneapolis, home of the Somalis. Also, it's been a lot of grunge bands that came out of St. Paul and Minneapolis. It's a lot of white folk that need to be wrangled in over there. Look at the chick with the shorts on. If you give me the ick, if you give me the ick, she got the furry boots on. That's nothing but trouble.
It's a pattern and something that they are continuing to do because there's no accountability. For people to come in here, it's a real big invasion of privacy and security.
People got to be more aware of who they're letting in the building. For something like that to happen is absolutely crazy.
Y'all got to be aware and make sure you call the police immediately. Don't ignore it. Don't say you're not snitching. Snitch.
Parents now on the hook for kid chaos. A new ordinance in a South Jersey town says parents and legal guardians must answer for their child's public disturbances should they fail to stop them from committing certain offenses and mayhem. The consequences are hefty. It is Thursday night. I'm Christy Aletto. Gray and Shari have the night off, and the big story on Action News is parents could now face fines or even jail time if they fail to stop their children from breaking the law in one South Jersey town. It comes in recent response to recent incidents where large groups of unruly teens cause chaos at public events. Action News reporter Leland Pinder is live in Gloucester Township with the details. Leland.
Christy, Gloucester Township Day this year was canceled because of what unfolded last year. Officials now introducing this new level of accountability, hoping to crack down on some of that bad behavior. Under a new ordinance in Gloucester Township, parents and guardians of minors involved in public disturbances could face fines or even jail time.
These are your children. Had you governed them a certain way, this ordinance wouldn't be necessary.
The new law is in response to incidents of youth misbehavior, including at last year's Gloucester Township Day, where fights broke out and hundreds of teens caused chaos at Veterans Park and a nearby shopping center.
As a parent, I think it's absolutely necessary.
While some support the move, others oppose it, saying the law could cause hardship for some families.
That may put the parent in a situation to either lose their job or lose finances.
Well, that's unfortunate. Take your L. Every business owner shouldn't have to suffer. The rest of the community shouldn't have to suffer. That would be one of the first things that I did. This is a good law. Sometimes when you think of you got to look at it from a business owner's perspective, all right? Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just got to take and adopt other policies that has actually been instituted successfully somewhere else. So I am in support of this. What do you mean? It could be causing hardship for some families. What about the families creating kids that cause hardship for other people? What about the cars that they destroy? What about the businesses that they destroy? What about the people that they hurt? What about the stuff that they doing and the things that they got going on? If you are not a responsible parent, I'm going to incentivize you to do so. So if you don't want to lose your job, if you don't want to be fined, if you don't want to go to jail, then get little nuck in order. If you don't want to be, I'm tired of people wanting you. They want you to have compassion. Oh my God. But what if it could cause hardship for the family? Man, get that little nigga. Go get him. Go get him. Nope. Listen, this is what I know for sure. If you start holding the parents accountable, then they'll start getting their children in line. If you start holding parents accountable, then they will start to get, because the parents is like, yo, you're not about to get me jammed up. Yo, you're not about to have me out here looking stupid. Yo, you're not about to have me losing my job. If you start holding the parents accountable, the children will fall in line. And the fact that you're not holding the parents accountable is one of the reasons why they got them out here in these streets. You got to start holding the parents accountable.
Let it go through the course the way it usually does.
In a statement to Action News, Gloucester Township Police said each incident is still and always will be handled on a case-by-case basis, taking into account the specific situation and the totality of circumstances. Similar chaos has erupted at events statewide.
Look at them. Look at them all out there. Look at them out there. You see them.
In towns like Seaside Heights and Mays Landing this year. In June, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy signed the public brawl law into state code. It allows authorities to charge anyone who starts a brawl. People hope new measures locally and statewide will make a difference.
I have 4 kids, and my youngest, she can't experience like that fun stuff that we have in town because of, other kids acting out.
And this new ordinance here in Gloucester Township lists 28 offenses ranging from felonies to minor infractions like loitering or breaking curfew. Now, if a child is found guilty in juvenile court repeatedly, well, that's when a parent or guardian could face 90 days in jail.
I think that it should be way sooner than that. I think that you should be fining people, whatever it is that your child is charged with under the age of 18. Then that is what you should suffer. I think that the parent and the child should together be held accountable for what happens, and whatever crime is committed, I believe that they have to hold them accountable 100%. And you know what will happen? Let me tell you what will happen. People would be more mindful about what they go. What you got going on? You can't go out tonight. Nope. We can't. We're not doing that today. Nope. Is your room clean? What time are you going to be back? Make sure you got your phone on. Make sure you turn on your Apple Watch. Who you going out with? You know what? That's not a safe crowd for you to be out with, because I'm not trying to be in this situation either. They will start holding their kids more accountable. We think that the teachers are the problem. Man, they not teaching our kids. Your kid can't sit still long enough and they keep disrupting the class. What do you want me to do? If I say something to your little ugly nappy head kid, then you want to come up here and try to fight me. If I say something to your little ugly kid because you think he cute. I seen a post on Instagram the other day, and a woman was saying, pray for my son. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. No father in sight. Pray for my son. She put a picture up on him. Pray for my son. I don't know what to do. He's so small. He's only 5'6". He's only 5'5", and he's facing 23 years in jail. Look at this picture of him. And it had a nice picture of him. And then everybody in the comments started asking a question. Wait a minute. First, some people was like, oh yeah, pray for your son. We don't like this, whatever, so on and so forth. But then other people was in the comments and they was asking the real questions. They said, well, what did your son do to be facing 23 years in jail? What did your son do to be facing so much time? And why didn't y'all hold him accountable And think about that prior to him ultimately getting arrested and facing charges. And that's what I'm saying. We have to be in the position of, if you hold your kids accountable before the law get to them, then chances are they won't be facing 23 years in prison. Y'all say, Anton, you too harsh. Anton, no, my God, we need to start gentle parenting. I disagree with you. My solution is proactive. So my solution is this. If you get to them early enough, and I get to him, then that means that he ain't got to be dealt with accordingly in the prison system. If you get to him early enough, then that means that we can prevent him from having to be dealt with by somebody else. Because if you don't fix him, then somebody else will. And usually it's going to be his boyfriend inside of the prison industrial complex. If you don't fix him, somebody else will, and usually it's going to be his boyfriend. Now, do you want his boyfriend to get to him, or do you want me to deal with him? Because it's going to hurt him now, but it's going to fix him for his future. I don't believe in sparing the rod. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Nope. Don't tell me about how your baby is so messed up. Oh my God, he's so small. What is he going to do? He's going to be somebody's boyfriend. He's going to be some. Have y'all heard about that white boy? I can't even find this stupid thing. I need to start highlighting this stuff more effectively. Have y'all heard about that white boy that was in jail and he was only supposed to be in there for like a year or something like that? And 2 weeks before he got out, they raped him. They like did him real dirty and he wound up dying in there. Now, I don't believe that that's the right thing, but what am I going to tell animals? What should I tell an animal? Do I tell an animal not to be an animal, or should that be a cautionary tale to not put yourself in that position in the first place? I don't believe in trying to stop animals, but what would you like for the system to fix him, or do you want to fix him before he get into the system is all I'm asking. Have y'all heard about that kid that got raped? Honestly, it was a white boy that died in prison. And he ain't had that much time in there. I think he got in there for like theft or something like that. Let's see. Let me look it up. See if I can find it.
The dead body sat on the floor for hours. Prison thieves. A former trooper. It was his first time in prison. I spent 10 years. This 19-year-old boy was having the long hair he had grown for half a year. Hey, let me show you. Nobody in prison likes a thief. So this insane. What happened?
Theft, prison, died. He was too prison. Oh, this is it. This is it. Let me play it. I found one of them. This is it. Let me share it with you, because I want you to see where your son is going to go, because you don't want to give him no whoopings.
Prison gangs use this man for physical gratification and ended him. And you know what he was in jail for? Theft. 1 year in jail for theft. It was felony theft, but it was theft. Was this a predator? No, because I think everybody would agree that predators deserve the absolute worst in jail. Did he unalive somebody? No. He stole stuff. That's what he did. And yet the prison gangs here in Alabama, because the guards don't run our prisons are for profit, which means that the sheriffs make all the money and they cut every corner they can, so they let the inmates run the prisons. And that's exactly what happens here in Alabama. And they let this guy get passed around by the prison gangs and then viciously unalived. Oh, but what did the warden say? Overdose.
overdose. His girlfriend saw him unresponsive in the hospital, cut, bruised, beaten. His entire body was bruised and beaten and cut. And yet the warden tried to blame overdose. So yes, obviously the prisoners need to be charged, but so does the warden, and so does every corrections person that worked for that warden. And guess what? They should put that warden in with the rest of those prisoners. See how they treat them. But what do you guys think about this? And may the 22-year-old Daniel Williams, a father, may he rest in peace.
Hey, they said you too pretty for us to not take advantage of you. They said that you too pretty for us to not take advantage of you. They passed him around and they made sure that they got the best out of him. They took his boy pussy, and that was the end of him. And I think that's a horrible thing. It's a horrible way to go. It's a horrible life to live. It's a horrible consequence that come along with being, a pretty boy in prison. But that's where your son gonna go if you don't get them together and you don't start holding them accountable. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna advocate for you afterwards. Not before, afterwards. They're gonna advocate for you afterwards, and it's gonna be too late. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I ain't built for that. I ain't got time for the nonsense. Nope. It is terrifying. You said, how did he die? They beat the crap out of him and they raped him until he bled to death, I heard. That's what the stories say. They talked about it on the New York Post. This is the stuff that they don't tell y'all about. And then y'all think it's cute. But that's all right. Keep on doing stuff that you ain't supposed to do and see how that play out for you. Let me read some of these super chats. Think your son is tough until he meets somebody that's tougher. My girl, just the brown girl in America says, and to all you youngins, my B-day is this month and I'll be 40. You so fit. I said, let me hold your waist for a second when I give you a hug. And believe me, when I tell you, get you one with good genes, you won't be disappointed. Yeah, you was looking really great. I liked what you was working with. Mr. Joe says, AD, a lot of these ninjas haven't watched live PD or body cam. Cops be whooping on white trash. Yeah, that's because they don't want to talk about that part. Smarty McFly says, why the guy with the braids got baby hairs? That's also a problem. We got to do better. Shout out to the baby hairs. My dog, Kobe Fitness, says, Anton, we are telling. We love the police over here, big dog. Facts. Shout out to Kobe Fitness. They call me Mr. Bibb, says, get your kids in check. Get them in check. Kamala sent single mothers to jail for truancy. That might be the only thing that I agree with her on then, huh? Keon Bell says, yo, AD, this is Supreme by Nature TV, and I thank you for encouraging us to use our real name and photo when commenting. This is just small moves that make me feel a little closer to the success. Thank you, bro. Run it up. Because we grown now. We don't got to use no monikers. We grown. King Manasseh says, yep, my wife teaches these parents, and these parents are not involved like they should be. Bro, I was listening to, I'm going to do a review video today. It was a girl that said that she had started taking their kids, as you know, the kids are starting to go back to school, right? She said that she started taking their kids to school, and she said that the children reeked of weed smoke. I got some hella review videos coming out this weekend. She said she would go by the children in class and they actually reeked of weed smoke. I feel so sorry for some of these kids, bro. Username Delta says, facts, charge the parents in Chicago too. Gino Jen says, my mama used to say, if I don't beat you, the police will. Facts. And your mama was right. Me, what up to me? I appreciate you, me. What's happening? Me University says, God knew he was going to die from busted and anus muscle. That sounds so right. That sounds crazy, bro. It sounds crazy. You dealt with that too? Tell the parents to stop bringing them in like that, Molly? That's crazy, bro. She said they reeked and they smell like trees, the kids. I don't care what the adults do, but God, y'all ain't got no no kind of regard for y'all children, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. They smoke and drop them off in the car. If I smoked, my daughter would never know. Ever know. Ever whatsoever. Like, keep y'all stupid vices to yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it to yourself. Y'all stay smoking with the kids in the car too. Y'all ain't got no regard. Good God. Chicago. I love Chicago. Matter of fact, I'm developing a new affinity for Chicago because I'm starting to feel bad for y'all. Just a little bit. And the reason that I'm feeling bad for y'all just a little bit is because y'all are so ignorant, similar to the people that's here in Detroit. Thankfully, the people in here in Detroit, over the last however many years, we've had a phenomenal mayor. Mike Duggan was awesome, and he was very much bipartisan, and he worked with everybody, and he was more focused on fixing the city, and he did an awesome job. He's did a phenomenal job. Shout out to Mike Duggan. Let me give him a round of applause. The reason why I say a little bit is because we got lucky. Even though we have a low voter turnout, right? We got lucky with Mike Duggan, okay? Y'all are not so lucky because y'all are intentional in voting for somebody like a Brandon Johnson, a Lori Lightfoot, and whoever else, all 50 aldermen. You know, y'all need a complete revamp of y'all system. Because why do you have 50 aldermen on your payroll? Let's do a little bit of math. The average alderman, some aldermen make nearly $142,000, $142,772 in Chicago. Aldermen in Chicago make the equivalent of what a senator or a congressperson, close to, like a little bit less than a congressperson, is crazy. In Chicago, an alderman's salary on average is $130,000. Aldermen are elected officials who represent individual wards within the city and serve on the Chicago City Council. They are responsible for representing their constituents' interests and participating in the city's legislative process. All right. So I want to really start diving further into the details because I want y'all to understand why it's important for y'all to get involved in the legislative process. Why are y'all just okay with 50 different people making around $130,000 a year to represent a ward? That is why they fight so hard to remain in power. Some of these people, I'm going to be real with y'all, 130,000 times 50. Y'all got $6.5 million in salary just for aldermen, and that's not even including their expenses. City cars, staff, offices, all that. Y'all probably paying the equivalent of $15 to $20 million just to have aldermen. That ain't got nothing to do with security, the mayor, none of this stuff, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. And why are y'all not advocating? Hey, listen, we only need about 12 people. We need about 12 people. That's how many we got in our city council here in Detroit. Y'all got 50 aldermen. And I'm going to tell you this too. Some of those people, right, they would have never made $130,000 in their lifetime. Some of the people that y'all have elected, your community activists, your identity politicians, your sassy aldermen over in Chicago. Bruh, do you know that they would have never in a lifetime, had they not got elected and had they not been popular and whatever the vote is to elect them inside of their respective district, they would never. I don't believe that anybody should be making $130,000 in city government unless you was making it before you was in city government. Because often at times the best politicians have to take a pay cut. Trump don't even take a salary. The best politicians have to take a pay cut because it's not worth it for them to actually go into office and be a city leader or a city servant. And so these people, you had it right. They hit the lottery. People was probably making $30,000 a year, $40,000 a year, and they got an automatic bump up to 130. What job did you think that they was going to be doing to where they was making $130,000, $145,000 a year? Come on, man, let's talk logically. Why should they be making that when they would have never made that in their lifetime? These people wasn't going to be making no 130. And that's not just for Chicago. That's for cities across the United States of America. These people are running so that they can be able to run up a bag. That is their lifeline. If you wasn't able to get to that type of money before you got into office, why would we pay you and you don't know what the hell you talking about? We going to pay you to manage a city budget? Get the hell out of here, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Y'all need to seriously start doing some slashing because y'all are on the verge of financial collapse. And all they doing is stealing y'all city blind.
The city of Chicago has a massive $1.1 billion budget gap to fill ahead of next year. And with the mayor promising not to once again pitch a property tax hikes for city residents, which council, by the way, unanimously rejected this year, what's the game plan for next year? He says he's looking at creative.
We don't have any abandoned buildings in Detroit, Jovan. So stop being gay. All right? You don't know nothing about what's going on in this city. We actually got a population increase and an investment haven. Meanwhile, you little sassy girls, men, but sassy girls over in Chicago, keep on voting in people based off of identity politics. Y'all voted in a third grade teacher. Y'all don't have no room to talk. You have zero room to talk about anything. All right? Back in 2008, you might have had a case. 2025, we running up a bag up in here. We running up a bag. Y'all dumb. You're dumb. You voted in the third grade teacher. You voted in the first gay Beetlejuice. That's what you did. We don't got no abandoned buildings here. You won't find one. You won't find anything. The skyline has nothing but construction. You can't even find a decent skating rink in Chicago.
Ways to raise tax dollars. And today at City Hall, we learned exactly what's on the table.
Everything has to be on the table. Everything has to be on the table.
Look at this. Look at this dude. Look at him in his mohawk. Look at him in his mohawk. Look at him. It's y'all leader. This is the person that's battling Trump. Y'all have a $1 billion budget deficit reoccurring every single year. You know what you're going to face? Let me tell you what you're going to face since you want to get all up in my face. You're going to have layoffs. Oh, we seen it. What happened to us prior to 2008 is going to happen to you times 20. And because the reason that it's going to happen to you times 20 is because you're a bigger city. See, it was a lot easier for us to be the largest city at the time to file for bankruptcy because we wasn't as big as y'all was population-wise. But, it's going to be gnashing of teeth. You going to get a city receiver. Y'all going to have a city manager that y'all going to have to pay an egregious amount of money to come in and manage the city. I'm telling you what's going to happen. You're going to have a divestment in police, and they're going to have to take pay cuts, and most of them is going to leave, which is going to make your city streets less safe. You're going to have to cut all of the good stuff that y'all like to have, parades, conferences. You're going to have cities and businesses that run out, and it's going to become a food desert in some neighborhoods. Oh, yes, yes. I predict this for your future. I predict this for your future. You are going to suffer, and you have no clue how bad it's going to be. You think it's bad for some places for y'all not to be able to go outside? Oh, you ain't got a clue. Y'all already down 2,000 police officers. You have no clue how bad it's about to get in Chicago. And it's going to be 10 times worse because y'all a large city. And they're going to try to cover up They're going to cover it up and they're going to say, oh, no, but look, come visit the Bean. Come visit the Bean. You got a 40% occupancy rate in your main corridor and your visitors. And now it's not going to be a visitor destination anymore. Because when you go down the Magnificent Mile or whatever you want to call it, it's going to be all graffiti on some of the windows. And there's no way that you're going to be able to get it off. It's coming. It's coming. May not be tomorrow. May not be next year. May not be the year after that. But keep on having $1 billion budget deficits. You can't borrow your way out of this one. Y'all credit rating just got downgraded. Ours got upgraded. Y'all's got downgraded. Y'all paying more interest for the debt that you already owe. You don't even own your own streets. And you got a dude that is a third grade teacher with a mohawk running your city.
The menu on that table appears to target Chicago's ultra-rich, namely finding ways to extract more tax dollars from the 127,000 millionaires that now call Chicago home, as well as the 25 billionaires residing inside these borders. As for the concerns that these ultra-rich will leave if they get taxed more,
they're not leaving Chicago. So this notion somehow that we're scaring millionaires away, it's just the opposite.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're not leaving Chicago. We just gonna put more taxes on them. They're not leaving. They're not leaving Chicago. What you gonna do? How you gonna stop them? If anybody got more availability to be able to do what they want to do, they might not even leave Illinois. They may move outside of Chicago and just going to the surrounding areas. They may love Illinois. They may love Chicago, but it don't mean that they're not going to leave the city. That's exactly what they do.
Mayor Johnson says the number of Chicago millionaires jumped 24% in recent years. Also on that table, resuming Chicago's corporate head tax. On the books from 1973 to 2014, it taxed companies with over 50 Chicago-based employees $4 per employee each month. It raised $35 million in its final year, ending under Rahm Emanuel, who called it a job killer.
This is the perfect time for us now to look at progressive means.
The message it would
Do you know what progressive means is? Progressive means, listen, we suffering over here and we don't know how to manage it effectively. So progressive means that we need y'all to pony up some more money. We need you to pony up some more money. That's what being progressive means to them. Progressive means progressive tax. We're going to tax you more to try to fix our coffers.
Would-be Chicago employers is...
move your employees outside of the city of Chicago.
Samantha Breslow specializes in Chicago's tax structure for corporations.
I represent companies that say to me, why would I be in the city of Chicago any longer? Why would I have employees here? Because I'm being subjected to this tax.
She says the city needs to focus more on generating tax from additional sales and service receipts. A fresh tax on social media advertising also on the mayor's tax table.
People have made billions of dollars from the digital industry. This is something that I've been looking at.
Chicago, though, far from the first to attempt this revenue stream.
I think they need to be very careful with implementing a tax like that. It's been attempted in other states, and there has been substantial challenge to it and not a lot of success.
The mayor says...
Listen, bro, he don't got a clue. He don't got a clue. He don't know his right from his left. He don't have any kind of clue on how he's going to put himself in a position to be able to sustain or endure and not file for bankruptcy. They are scared out of their mind. Brandon Johnson, let me talk to you, big dog. I know you scared. I reached out to your office in order to try to get some insight into what's going on before, but I'm a much bigger content creator now. I got way more pull now. I got way more motion than when I first reached out. I'm asking y'all If y'all would like to have a conversation, because I'm no longer focused on Tiffany Henyard, I'm going to go and revisit Dalton pretty soon because I've seen they mayor over there, or the township supervisor, not the mayor, the township supervisor over there in Thornton Township. I see he over there finessing. So I'll get to him shortly. He's on the docket. I got him in my notes. Y'all might want to reach out. Because I'm definitely, I think that y'all doing the people a disservice, and that's why I'm targeting y'all. I believe that y'all are doing the people a disservice, and so that's why I'm targeting y'all. Every single day, I promise you, I'm going to give y'all till, what is it, August? September. Starting in September, every single day until the rest of your administration, until you moved out of office. If y'all don't reach out to me, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to use my biggest platform to make sure I do a video and mention your name every single day, because I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold you accountable. And I'm doing 50 million plus views a month on that channel. So you very much want to pay attention, because I'm going to leverage the full force of the Anton Daniels channels to make sure, because if y'all don't want to do it for yourself, then we going to have to start holding it for y'all. I'm sick of it. I'm genuinely sick of it. I'm genuinely sick of these liberal cities leading y'all into destruction, and y'all not wise enough to pick your own battles and fight your own fights. So I guess that we're going to have to use the full force of the Anton Daniels Network in order to have this conversation. I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of them taking advantage and the kids having to suffer because of the stupid budget crisis that y'all got yourselves.
So are Chicago's finances worse than previously thought? The question was raised yesterday at City Hall. So what could that mean for you? Charlie Wojciechowski's been looking at all the options for us. Charlie?
Well, the mayor's office says they are looking for progressive revenue sources, and while those sources have yet to be identified, some groups are already expressing concern.
We have reached a point now where there's no return.
A frank admission from Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. A looming budget crisis could be even worse than expected without new taxes or cuts to city services.
The systems that people rely upon, education, healthcare, housing, our transportation, they are woefully underfunded, and everyone knows that.
Right now, Chicago is facing a $1.1 billion budget gap for 2026.
Y'all don't understand, bro. That's a 1.1. Let me break y'all down. Let me break it down. Let's see if I can pull this up for you guys. Let me run some numbers for y'all real quick, because I want y'all to understand this, all right? I really want y'all to understand this. And this is how beautiful this is. I'm going to show you something really quickly. All right. So let me share my screen. I subscribe. I pay about $150 a month for a certain AI, right? It's doing some deeper dives. And so when I do my research, I'm able to be more efficient than the office of the city of Chicago. But let me give you the initial findings that they gave me, okay? Based off of city reports and forecasts, here are the projected budget deficits for Chicago. I went back to 2024, 2025, and 2026 so that you guys can see what direction the city is going in. In 2024, Chicago ended the 2024 fiscal year with a deficit of $161 million. We laughed because we said, well, y'all don't own your own streets, but look at how stupid y'all are because y'all put yourself in this hole because y'all been funding the immigrant crisis over in Chicago. Spent hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, and we don't even know who got all of the money. Driven by factors such as lower than expected corporate tax revenues, a refusal by Chicago public schools to make a $175 million pension payment, and public safety costs that were over budget, even though they had, remember, 2,000 less police officers. They did the Democratic National Convention there, so on and so forth. 2025, the year that we're in now, city's official forecast for 2025 fiscal year projected budget of $982 million. I think is higher, but that was what was projected. We won't get the full numbers until the end of the year, and we can do an audit of what happened back in Chicago. But almost $1 billion budget gap this year. Next year, they are projecting a $1.2 billion budget deficit. You see what we're talking about now? You see where we're going with this? Do you understand how bleak? They saying, but in a weaker economic outlook, that's on best case scenario, $1.2 billion budget deficit. Worst case scenario, they're projecting up to $1.6 billion shortfall. That is the amount of money that you have coming in versus the amount of money that you need. And what the difference is, it is going to be a major shortfall. A major shortfall. And then I did an even more progressive look into it. Found projected budget deficit $982 million 2025, 2026 1.2, 1.6 key identifying drivers, factors including contributing to these deficits. New insight is a significant impact of a recent law that will add substantial pension costs, an increase of $60 million in 2026, total of over $11 billion over the next 30 years. Next 30 years, you guys are going to be in steep trouble. This is crazy, bro. This is insane. The only reason that they didn't have a budget deficit prior to this, or where it was only at $160 million, if you go through and you look at some of the summary, it said that they've had one-time solutions like the TIF surpluses and temporary revenue streams are used to close budget gaps, which exacerbates the city's long-term structural imbalance. Y'all got $273 million in overtime spending for police officers. Migrant crisis. Cindy spending at least $300 million since 2022. Y'all was getting money from the federal government and the state in order to try to fill budget gaps from what was happening during the COVID and the pandemic. And so they was using that money to try to act like, oh no, we're managing the budget effectively. But in reality, y'all been out here looking like a box of powdered donuts for a long time. The budget deficit is going to get exponentially worse. And when they asked Brandon Johnson about it, he has no clue. No clue. His solution is to tax rich people more. And they can move if they want to. It don't take a rocket scientist to see what is about to happen in Chicago. And so for the people in Chicago, don't say that I didn't warn you. Don't say that I didn't tell you. And also don't say that I didn't tell you to vote differently in your last election before you got these people in the office in the first place.
Financial burden could be even greater because of a pension bill signed by Governor J.B. Pritzker, which has increased retirement benefits for police and firefighters. That added over $11 billion to the city's long-term pension liability.
Yes, I'm going to put forth a package that people can assess and debate.
So what could be in such a package? Johnson has already ruled out a property tax increase, which many alders had promised to vote against. Other possibilities include a corporate payroll expense tax, a head tax, and even a tax on cars coming into the downtown area. patterned after New York's congestion tax.
I have not made a formal presentation yet, but I can assure you one thing, though. I am committed to making sure that the ultra-rich and those with means put more skin in the game. That is the pathway forward.
Already, the Chicagoland Chamber of Commerce has called some administration ideas a step backwards for economic growth.
These things are bad for business. They're bad for jobs. They're a direct disincentive for employers to hire people in Chicago.
Another challenge. Johnson says the Chicago public schools are owed more than $1 billion in funding from the state of Illinois.
It's $1.6 billion. These aren't my numbers. These are the state's numbers. Who's hurting ultimately here?
Johnson says whatever is in the package he intends to present to the city council will be pro-business, pro-growth, and pro-worker. He is expected to make his budget address in October, but in previous years, he has pushed that back a little bit.
Okay, so
I think I am going to be there. I have to be there. I got to see it for myself. I have to see in his October address. I have to be there. I got to see it for myself. I know that y'all in the city, y'all don't show up to these type of things. Y'all not interested unless it has something to do with migrants or something. But I think I got to be there. October, I got to get my people to give me the exact time and the exact date of when they're going to do that. I got to see that one.
we're still the discussion phase, the ideas phase. When does Chicago have to have a budget and have it done?
The absolute deadline is December. That's when they start worrying about the bond ratings and all of that kind of thing. So right now there's a lot of flexibility here. Once he makes that address, there'll of course be city council debate. There'll have to be an approval process, and then we start talking about an approved budget for 2026.
And what about the CTA? Any word on funding for the CTA? We know that there's problems there as well.
Well, this isn't part of the city package, but instead it is part of the state package. They say there's a fiscal cliff coming, a $700 million fiscal cliff brought about by the end of the COVID funding that came last year. Once that expires, all the major agencies, not just the CTA, are going to have to come up with a plan. They're depending on Springfield for that as well. The fall veto session will be the earliest anything could get done on that matter.
Y'all ready for this cliff? Are y'all ready for this? Are you? No, seriously. Because the people are the ones that's going to suffer. He's not taking a pay cut. The aldermen are not taking a pay cut. They're going to lay off city workers. Listen, you don't think that they're going to raise property taxes? You are crazy. Y'all already pay some of the highest property taxes in the nation. And if you don't think that y'all going to have property taxes raised, oh, y'all going to feel it. You ain't got to worry about me. I'm the last of your concerns. I am the last of. They coming to get your house, bro. What, your grandma's house, your house, Crook County, they coming to get your house, bro. They coming to get your house, dog. I'm telling you the truth. It's give me that. Give me that. Your property taxes is going up. Your city services is going down. The business environment, will you be able to work there? It's not looking good. I'm telling you. Buckle up, Buttercup. Buckle up. Nope. Don't leave either, because I didn't leave Detroit. We rolled it out. We took our L and we tried to figure it out. Eventually, we got new leadership. I don't know what is going to happen after this, but we figured it out. Buckle up, Buttercup. I'm going to be right here. I'm going to make sure I just got my my health report back. I got great results. I'm healthier than all my numbers is right. I'm here for the long haul. Me, you, and Chicago. Me, you, and Chicago. We right here for the long haul. Yeah, I'm going to be right here watching and waiting and reporting. Make sure you're the Life of the Algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Don't worry about me. Worry about you. Life of Tariq says, can I have permission to clip your videos? Clip them and do what? Do you have permission to react to them? You can react to them. You can react to whatever it is that whatever I put out, you can react to. Are you just clipping it and just putting it up as your own content? No, you do not have permission to just clip it and just repost it as your own. You have permission to react to the videos and give your own commentary and give your own thoughts to. some of the things that I say and that I put up, but do you have the right to be able to just clip it up and put it up like you just created it yourself? No, you don't have permission to do that. Yes, you have permission to react to the videos and do whatever it is that you want to do. I don't know how much more clear that I could be than that. So, salute AD and the Bag Chasers at the barber. And topic of discussion is the Colts-Ravens game, according to Homeboy in the chair. AR getting hurt and possibly losing a starting job is because, they racist in Indiana. They'll say anything in the barbershop, though. Shout out to the barbers. Shout out to the barbershop that got me on the TV. Stop being gay. Tell them again, says Petty Capital. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Enos R9 Cybertech says, 56 years old. To celebrate, I will be cycling 100 miles. Most mornings on my 50-mile ride, I listen to After Hours. ADU killing it. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for keeping me in the AirPods. Keon says, what do you use for multi-screen chat on After Hours? What do you mean multi-screen chat on After Hours? I use, for After Hours, we own StreamYard. Yeah, we own StreamYard on After Hours. Should I move to Detroit? Nope. I think you should stay right in Chicago and ride it out. We popping. We got it popping. I was riding by. It was some rooftop parties. It was all kind of stuff over there. Yeah, ain't y'all building an Obama Center? Ain't y'all building Obama Center? Me and Michelle. We went and visited the Obama Presidential Library. Ain't y'all building an Obama Center? Is that in Chicago? Look like a prison. Have y'all seen the Obama Center? Let me pull up the Obama Center. The Obama's Presidential Library, y'all ain't seen it? I don't know where they came up with that at. That's it right there. That's the Obama Presidential Library right there. Looks interesting. So, looking forward to seeing what that'll look like when they finally finish it. That is the Obama Presidential Library right there. Obama. I haven't been to Chicago in a while, so since before COVID. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to my dog, Miss Lot in the building. Just saying what up, though, to my Chaser family. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the how many Chasers do we have? Let me see this. What's the Chaser number? $18,280 Chasers. Shout out to the Chasers. 18,280 Chasers. Shout out to the Chasers. Shout out to my Chasers. Eric Williams says, Anton, I'm looking forward to seeing when you make it to Chicago and actually see Brandon Johnson face to face. I hope you do a live on that. I'm working on it. They got this backpack that you can buy for like $30,000 where you can stream in real time. It's supposed to be no downtime and all of that stuff. So, anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. What we got next? Oh, Pam Bondi. She issued a $50 million reward for Venezuela's president, Maduro. I was like, whoa. Whoa, that's way more. Did they ever catch that guy in Louisiana, the inmate that escaped? Y'all let me know in the chat. Did they ever catch the guy that escaped? Because I know they catch the one guy, but it was one that was still out and about, and we haven't heard anything about that. Have y'all heard anything about the inmate that escaped? Did they ever catch him? or he's still at large? They still got one out since May 16th. It was 10 and they only captured 9. One of them is still out. Did y'all know that? They still haven't got that last guy. Wow. Yo, Antoine Massey, I think it was the last guy that got caught. And it's still one out. I didn't realize that guy. Oh, see, they don't want to reveal that Derrick Groves. Derrick Groves is still out and about, out in the streets, running around, and they still haven't caught Derrick Groves. I can't believe it. They didn't catch Derrick Groves yet. Derrick Groves ain't even in the United States of America, dog. Derrick Groves is out. He gone. He gone. He out doing this thing. He out doing his thing. Derrick Groves ain't even nowhere to be seen, bro. I can't believe that Derrick Groves is still out here in these streets. Anyways, but Pam Bondi is issuing a $50 million reward for the arrest of Maduro.
And welcome back here. 2 Live now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Thanks for being with us. We're now at the bottom of the hour. Let's keep it moving with more of these top headlines. A video message posted on social media within the last hour by Attorney General Pam Bondi. This is the message she's seeking to convey here, saying today the Justice Department and State Department are announcing a $50 million reward for information leading to the arrest of Nicolas Maduro. Maduro, the disputed leader of Venezuela here. Let's listen to Bondi make this announcement here.
Today, the Department of Justice and State Department are announcing a historic $50 million reward for information leading to the arrest of Nicolas Maduro. Maduro uses foreign terrorist organizations like TDA, Sinaloa, and Cartel of the Suns to bring deadly drugs and violence into our country. To date, the DEA has seized 30 tons of cocaine linked to Maduro and his associates, with nearly 7 tons linked to Maduro himself, which represents a primary source of income for the deadly cartels based in Venezuela and Mexico. Cocaine is often laced with fentanyl, resulting in the loss and destruction of countless American lives. The DOJ has seized over $700 million of Maduro-linked assets, including 2 private jets, 9 vehicles, and more. Yet Maduro's reign of terror continues. He is one of the largest narco traffickers in the world and a threat to our national security. Therefore, we've doubled his reward to $50 million under.
You know, I was waiting for it to get to $75 million, but for 50, we got a deal. I'm going to go ahead and get my guys on it. For 50, we should be on. Everybody in the hood should be mobilizing. That's what the hood get you 50 guys. Yo, we all 50. We hitting the streets. We was probably gonna die anyway, because we in the hood. But you know what? We going hunting. We going hunting for Maduro. 50 guys. Probably only 30 of us, 25 of us, half of us. This is gonna make it back. But we going hunting and we got to get this guy. We got to get this guy for 50 M's. 25 of us is gonna make it. $2 million apiece. I think that's the play. That's the play. No, they want him. They want him. Yo, we going to get Maduro. What you got going on? We going over to Vinny. What's over in Vinny? Maduro. They put a 50 M bounty on him. We going to get that bag, big dog. You did more for less. You did more for less. For $5,000, you was ready to take somebody's head off. You might as well go ahead and risk it all. And for the 50 M's for Maduro, you might as well risk it all for the 50. For 50, ain't too much more you can ask for. They doubled it from 25 to 50. 25 of y'all not gonna make it back. For 50 M's, we going to get Maduro. I got him tied up. And the reason that they announced it like this is because they basically put a hit out on him. This ain't. Let me tell you something, bro. They're not putting this out there, in my personal opinion, because they're actually looking for this guy to somebody to snitch and turn him in. They put a 50M bounty on his head because they basically is putting a hit out. That's a $50 million hit. That's not a bounty capture. That's a hit, big dog. This is like the movies, except for the federal government is saying it out loud. Listen, we seize this stuff. He a terrorist. He stole an election. He out here running cocaine laced with fentanyl, and he basically using the country in his power in order to continue to usurp and do whatever it is that he want to do. We gonna double it. We gonna go 25 to 50. We going 50. We going 25 to 50. That's what they said. They put a hit out on him. Y'all ever seen the Expendables? That's what it is. This is the Expendables. They didn't put a worldwide hit out on him, and they basically put the world on notice and said, listen, you want to get these 50 M's, then go ahead and get Maduro. That's the bounty on his head.
President Trump's leadership, Maduro will not escape justice, and he will be held accountable for his despicable crimes. If you have any information to bring this criminal to justice, call 1-202-307-4228 or go online.
Let me get that number again.
Should be held accountable for his despicable crimes. If you have any information to bring this criminal to justice, call 1-202-307-4228 or go online.
Okay.
Back out live there to the White House. So, in January of this year, the State Department announced a $25 million reward for Maduro's arrest. You just heard there from Pam Bondi. They are doubling that reward to $50 million for any information leading to the arrest of Nicolas Maduro, the Venezuelan leader here. So had to get that on your radar. That was literally breaking just within the last 30 minutes here. So want to go.
That's also for
into some of the.
That's what let me tell you why they announced it also and why they made that visible. Is because they also looking on for some of his own people to turn him in. That's not just for the world. That's not just for Americans. That's not for none of that. They announcing that because they basically are talking to his people. They're talking to the people that's closest to him. Hey, listen, yo, dog, he got a small reign. They basically putting in the question all of his troops, all of his people. They basically calling for his loyalty and saying, how loyal are you to him? Because you can basically call us and let us know where he is. We'll come and get him. But if we can come and pick him up, if you know what's going on with him, you 50 M's richer. You can go live your life and you don't have to die as a result of it. That's for his people. When you put a hit out on somebody, you're not putting a hit out on them for the people that's just observing. You basically they're directly talking to the people that are laying next to him. So he better treat his people well. I hope all of his people rich, that they getting money, that they get treated well, that he got a plan for them, because you start talking that type of money for the people that surround him, you talking directly to the people that surround him.
Comments she made about why they are seeking this. So the State Department back in January, said Maduro has participated in a violent narco-terrorism conspiracy with the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, a designated foreign terror organization. In addition, they say Maduro negotiated multi-ton shipments of FARC-produced cocaine, directed the Cartel of the Suns to provide military-grade weapons to the FARC, coordinated with drug traffickers in Honduras and other countries to facilitate large-scale drug trafficking, and solicited assistance from FARC leadership in training an unsanctioned militia group that functioned, in essence, as an armed forces unit for the Cartel of the Suns here.
Somebody said, does it matter if he treated all of his people nice? Yup. Because the immediate first thing that people start doing is they start dreaming, man, what would you do? They start talking to their girl. They don't want to directly say, yeah, I'm thinking about snitching, so they talk to their girl. Hey, babe, I was sleeping. I gotta get up in the morning. Babe, I was just thinking about something. I got something on my mind. What is it? Like, what's your dreams? Like, what would you buy if you just had an unlimited amount of money? And then she perk up a little bit. What you talking about, babe? What do you mean? What's my dreams? Like, if we had like 25, 50 million, what would you do? She start wiping her ass. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've always wanted to travel the world. I've always wanted to go see Barcelona and Rome. But honey, I don't even know why we talking about this, because that ain't never gonna happen. I mean, babe, what if I had a way though? What do you mean, honey? What if I had a way? I mean, because we always, like, I had this dream. I've always wanted to walk the white sandy beaches and, go and visit the Maldives. But we over here, running drugs, and we living in squalor, and we just in the back of his house. What if we could be kings? That's how it starts. Bam. That's how it starts. You always got to start with your girl. Babe. That's how all dreams start. A lot of people don't realize this. All dreams start with waking somebody up late in the night and be like, babe. Or you just tap her, right? Or this is another way that you do it. What you doing, honey? What's wrong? You sleep? You sleep? Nigga, you just woke her up. But you don't want to tell her that you're trying to wake her up. So you come in a little louder than you normally would, because you've been up, you've been trying to figure out how it is that you're going to send this cocaine over, because this Venezuelan situation. You come in, you drop something on purpose. Oh, honey, what you going over there? Oh, I thought you was asleep. I'm sorry. Just getting in late. I done dropped all of my cocaine papers. And you start making noises. You start making noises. Oh, God, I don't know what's going on. So she don't say nothing the first time. It's too much. What's wrong, babe? Nothing. Just thinking. Just can't sleep. What's wrong? Why you can't sleep? Nothing. God, honey, go back to sleep. I ain't thinking about nothing. Hey, babe, you sleep yet? What's up? And I was just saying, I was just trying to figure this out, Am I off or am I off? Am I on or am I off? That's how it works. That's how you start to come up with good ideas. It always starts with trying to figure it out. Only one or two scenarios is happening in this situation. Either you coming up with a good idea to try to figure out how you can get to the next level. Hey, babe, I was just thinking, what do you think about this? Either you coming up with a good idea, or you trying to get some sex without telling them you trying to get some sex. Either you coming up with a good idea, or you don't want to have to remind her that she promised you some head earlier in the day. Keep on stretching out, putting your leg on top of her, backing up into the front of her. I just can't sleep. I don't know what's gonna help me to go to sleep. I'm just so rest broken. I don't know what's gonna help me to go to sleep tonight. Keep on going to the refrigerator, getting some water. I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. I'm thirsty, babe. What am I doing? What are we talking about? Oh yeah, I forgot. We got a criminal to capture in Venezuela. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little off base, but we back. We back. Also, Letitia James. They've greenlighted an investigation into Letitia James.
Some breaking news sources are telling us that New York Attorney General Letitia James and her office are under investigation by the Department of Justice in relation to her case against President Trump. Justice correspondent David S5.E158 is in Washington. What do you know, David?
Well, hi, Dana. Two well-placed sources familiar with the...
I didn't want to wake you up, but if you already up. Did I wake you? Did I wake you up? I'm sorry. Was you asleep? All right, don't worry about it.
Probe tell Fox News that New York Attorney General Letitia James and her office is
I wasn't even trying to do nothing like that. Like, this ain't even about that. I was really trying to tell you my thoughts. I ain't even thinking about that. What did you do? Oh, babe, just come on. Just come on over. Just turn over. What? No, I'm not on that right now. I feel like you making me though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not even about that. I only asked you to come over because I was wanting your presence.
Investigation by the DOJ here in Washington. We're told that Attorney General Pam Bondi signed off on the probe.
You don't think they dropped their
Subpoenas were
cocaine
sent to
papers,
James's
LTO?
office, and there is a grand jury investigation underway in the New York State capital of Albany. The specific investigation, my colleague Jake Gibson, Ashley Oliver, and myself are being told involves deprivation of rights, which in plain language means someone in a position of legal authority violating someone else's constitutional or legal rights. Those sources tell Fox News the DOJ is going after James because she took then former President Donald Trump to court, quote, simply because she didn't like him and campaigned on getting him. DOJ, led by Bondi, believes she violated his First Amendment rights dealing with free speech. James has said before she believed Trump inflated his net worth to get good deals on loans from lenders and other financial benefits. Ms. James won in a court judgment of over $450 million against the Trump organization. Trump is appealing, and it's pending. The entire scope of the grand jury probe in Albany, Dana, is unclear. Grand juries are secretive, but we've learned from these well-placed sources it stems from a recent strike force set up inside the Justice Department to investigate an alleged plot to tie Trump to Russia in 2016. Sources say that strike force has expanded to other topics. Now, to recap, the Justice Department has initiated grand jury proceedings in Albany, New York, against the Empire State Attorney General Letitia James. But remember, this is important. A grand jury simply decides if there's enough evidence to indict. To be clear, we are told this is very early in the process, and no one, as I speak to you right now, is facing any charges at this time. Fox News reached out to Attorney General James's office multiple times, but we've yet to hear back.
Letitia James, all of these people, Fonnie Willis, all of them needs to truly be investigated for their role and trying to basically remove Trump from being able to be run for president of the United States of America. I don't like Letitia James. I don't know why anybody would even want to go and deal with a Letitia James. I do think that she needs to be investigated. But anyways, make sure y'all get Jack Dorsey also. 100%. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the Jack Dorsey got enough money to be able to pay some people off. Anyways, $50 million bounty on Maduro over there in Venezuela. If you can capture him, the United States would like to have a word with him. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. It's been a heck of a show today. Been a heck of a show today. 100%. I don't know what's wrong with me. Something has gotten into me, guys. Eric Wolf Harris says, I know where he's at, Venezuela. Now pay me now. Nope. They want to know where he's at before they pay you. They want to know where he's at before the money. They good for it. So you just going to have to trust the United States of America knows what they're doing. They did a revamp of Cash App. Y'all seen this revamp? On the right app? Is this Cash App? They did an update. What's this new Cash App update? Y'all seen this new Cash App update? What's going on here? Got the lime green out here today, huh? All right, all right. Shout out to Amber. Amber in the building says thank you for the content. You welcome, Amber. You welcome, Amber. Amber is a snow bunny. What up to Amber? I'm going to call you AB, all right? All right? I'm going to call you AB. I got to give you a nickname. Shout out to my snow bunnies. Let it snow. Shout out to my snow bunnies on Cash App. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest on earth. All right, what we got going on next? Increased federal law enforcement is now taking over D.C. Trump warned D.C. after the former Doge employee Big Balls was attacked in D.C. And so now you got to mess around and find out. D.C., they running y'all down. What you going to do about it? Let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Law enforcement involved in this appears to be gathering here at U.S. Park Police headquarters. They are going to be leading this, according to the White House. Now, as you said, we now know this will be a 7-day effort.
Your nickname is AB. Why your nickname AB, Aaliyah? What do you mean? I didn't give you that nickname. Did I give you that nickname? All right, Aaliyah.
On quote,
Aaliyah, did you DM me? Yeah, because I ain't checked my DMs, but I'm expecting to see your name in there. If you didn't DM me, you need to get on that because when I check my DMs after the show, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing your name in there.
Traffic, tourist areas, and other hotspots. Now I'm going to put on my glasses to read you the next part of this. This is the list of the agencies involved. If we can bring that up on the screen. Metro Transit Police, Amtrak Police, United States Capitol Police, D.C. Police Department, Homeland Security, Federal Protective Services, Enforcement and Removal Operations, the DEA, the FBI, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, United States Marshal Service, U.S. Attorney's Office, Department of the Interior, Pretrial Services Agency, and Court Services and Offender Supervision. Now, we also know tonight News 4 has learned an advisory has been sent out to D.C. area hospitals alerting them to see a possible influx of patients starting at midnight as a result of law enforcement making a concerted effort to clear out homeless encampments.
I think, honestly, it's terrifying to think of federalization of D.C.
Advisory Neighborhood Commissioner Edward Daniels, who represents the Navy Yard area, acknowledges many in his neighborhood have been frustrated and alarmed by the events of this summer. Large groups of teens and kids even younger have caused disruption. Fireworks were thrown on busy public sidewalks. Some teens made their way into residential buildings. But Daniels says he worries about President Donald Trump's threats of a federal takeover. He wonders whether putting the National Guard, FBI, or any other federal law enforcement on the streets would clash with or erode D.C. law.
But I don't know.
Wait. So D.C. has been under siege. Did y'all see them running in the park? They've been terrorizing everything, breaking into buildings, running up and using fireworks, all kind of stuff. And you're worried about a greater police presence in D.C.? When did we become so backwards? When did we become so backwards to where, Chris, you got to get a profile photo or otherwise I think that you jerk off in your socks. When did we become so backwards to where we believe that a greater police presence actually warrants a scarier situation? So if you got more transit police, the Detroit police is everywhere. They are everywhere. When you get on the people mover, they do regular checks. They go in, they have their pads. They go look around. They see they ride through. All right. Everybody seems to be good. They go, they get on the trains, they get on the queue line, they jump on there, they observe certain people that they know is probably trouble, Or, you know, people that just been riding it all day, homeless people staying up the back of that seat over there. Tap them on the leg. Hey, 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 hey. I seen you. What are you doing? Where you headed? Okay, you're going to have to get off at the next stop. I'm not arguing with you. You're going to have to get off at the next stop. They own everything. So when we see police presence, we think, more safety, better security. I feel safe around here. When police are on the corners, when they paying attention and they checking people and they looking around and they got their little rovers, I see the drones in the sky. I see that type of stuff in the sky. It makes me feel safer. Why is it that when black people or liberal white people, see police officers, all of a sudden they get a little bit more antsy about the idea of why would you be over here? What's going on? What's happening? Why is that a thing?
What that would mean for our city. I think the MPD, of course, they're not perfect, but they are doing the job that we're asking them to do. We're asking for efficient, but also ethical policing. And I think that's what we're getting more of these days.
Policing?
This isn't a partisan issue. This is a public safety issue.
Can y'all tell me what ethical policing is? I want head busters out here in these streets. I want head busters in these streets. What do you mean? What is ethical policing? Can anybody describe to me what ethical policing is? I want some head busters. Here you go. I want them running around in groups. The Detroit DPD is different than Hollywood police. Hollywood police walk around scared. They walk around scared. They all act like they got coochies. Hollywood police, they group up in groups and they all walk around. Police departments is different across the United States of America. I've witnessed them all. Hollywood police is different. They ride bikes. They stay grouped up. They have diversity, equity, and inclusion is usually about half and half, men and women. And the women, they big backs. Louisiana police, them some head busters down there, but they don't really bother nobody until you get out of line. They there to make sure that don't nobody kill themselves. Louisiana police, they sit like this. They got their hands in their vests. Have a nice day, ma'am. Have a nice day. You know the police that had a hand in their vest like this? They don't bother you either. You smoking trees, you good. You're a little tipsy, drunk, you falling out on them. They don't bother you. Shit like this. Louisiana police, the New Orleans police, they chilling. But they some head busters. Because if they got to start, because they ain't bothering you too much, but if they got to start getting out of line, you going to feel it. Start dragging you out like. They got to grab you. They're going to grab you with aggression. You know what you get. You know you messed up. You didn't get attacked for no reason. You got addressed. It's different. So police officers are different in different places. I don't know what ethical policing is. Either you did or you didn't, and you got to get addressed accordingly. It just is what it is.
Advisory Neighborhood Commissioner Kathy Henderson welcomes extra law enforcement in her neighborhood, which includes Benning Road Northeast. It has struggled with a resurgence in drug and violence problems in recent years. She says she supports the request that U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro made to the D.C. Council today. Pirro asks them to reconsider 3 laws dealing with young offenders: the Second Chance Amendment, the Incarceration Reduction Amendment, which is coupled with the Second Look Act, and the Youth Rehabilitation Act, in order to toughen penalties on people under 25 who commit violent crimes.
We have an individual that committed a murder when he was 16. Because of the legislation, he was given a sentencing reduction. So he was allowed early release. This person whom we wrote a community impact statement for, and we submitted it recently to the court, he committed another homicide.
What did you think he was going to do? You thought he was going to come out and be a good citizen? He killed somebody and y'all let him out of prison. What did you think that he was going to do? He killed somebody and y'all let him out because y'all super liberal. What did you think that he was going to do? So he took a life, and that's where I think that people should now start to be held accountable. Yo, you let out a monster. You let out a killer off of a letter that he wrote. You let out a killer off of a letter that he wrote, and you thought that he was going to come out and be a nice guy. No, that's a head buster now. He feel even more confident because he's like, oh, they didn't take me serious the first time. Most killers is serial killers. Most killers are serial killers. You just don't know how many people they done killed. Or you just got to them after the first murder and they didn't have the opportunity to kill more people. Most dudes that got switches, those are serial killers. Guys that walk around when you see them and they got switches and stuff like that, man, that's not a citizen. That's not a person that just killed one time. That's a person that did it, probably did it before, and is going to do it again. Most killers are serial killers. I'm telling you. So when you arrest these people and you put them in the jail, dog, if you let them out, they gonna kill again. And they don't have no remorse. And after they do it the first time, they're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. It's not a big deal. They ain't tripping about that. They ain't tripping at all.
President Trump has threatened a federal takeover of the district several times. As you know, last weekend's assault on a former high-ranking DOJ staffer in an unarmed attempted carjacking has increased the force of those threats and contributed to tonight's actions. Now, a 15-year-old boy and 15-year-old girl were taken into police custody for the assault on the 19-year-old last weekend. But a third suspect is still being sought. Live in Southwest Washington, Jackie Benson, News 4. Back to you, Jim.
Jackie, so much new information. Just quickly to be clear, you mentioned that this extra law enforcement would be going to heavily tourist areas, if you will, also in high crime neighborhoods, too?
What we received, the information said high traffic tourist areas and other hot spots.
Okay.
And that is the full scope of the information we were given as to where they would be going. However, again, we have that alert from about the hospitals to expect an influx of patients possibly around midnight tonight, which is when this operation is expected to begin.
Trump already warned y'all and said that he was going to be taking over D.C. He said it. He said, listen, if y'all can't get y'all stuff together, if people is going to keep on getting offended, if people can't come and visit D.C. and visit the Capitol, then we going to have to go ahead and take over and we going to come in there. And so he's going to take over one way or the other. And if he's taking over in order to make sure that it's safe, then I don't have any problem with it. And the people that's in D.C. shouldn't have no problem with it. The only people that should have a problem with it is the criminals. So go ahead and gird up, get ready. Trump is coming to D.C. They not playing no games and they busting heads. And I'm all for it. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. One more thing that I want to talk about. JP says Bill and Hillary are being subpoenaed. I know, I seen that. Check it out. I'm going to wait until we actually get something from it. I don't really care about whether they get subpoenaed or not, because I don't think that any former president is ever going to go to jail under any circumstance. Anyways, last thing that I want to talk about. The last thing that I want to talk about is there's been an ABC investigation that's basically been talking about how people are losing their homes. Do you guys know that the number one way that older people lose their homes? Do you guys know the number one way for older people to lose their homes? The same way that the reason why they call it Crook County in Chicago is happening everywhere. Now they're saying it's happening to communities of color, which I hate that term, and it's because property taxes. It's because of property taxes. I am going to be going to an auction. I need to come and check that out. On the 20th in 12 days. They lose it because of property taxes. They don't lose it because of the mortgage. They don't lose it because of the fault, because of they can't pay the mortgage. Most people lose their properties because of increased property taxes. They're calling it highball.
If you pay property taxes or if you're a renter and they're built into your monthly payment, you may be paying more depending on where you live.
Yeah, in a new series called Highballed, our ABC-owned stations teamed up with ABC News and found racial inequalities in how different neighborhoods are taxed. The epicenter of that problem, New York City.
Investigative reporter Dan Croft has been digging into this. And Dan, you've uncovered a lot. You've also learned a lot as part of this.
I did. We found out why this is happening and also what's being done about it. People are taxed differently based on where they live in the city. It's contributing to thousands of people being forced out of their own homes.
My priority is just maintaining a roof over my head for my kids.
Kareem Hamilton was at risk of losing his family's American dream, the home his mother left him, one she worked her entire life to buy and pay off.
I was born in this house. The first day out of the hospital, I came to this house, and I'm still here 44 years later.
And you want your kids to be here when they're your age?
Absolutely, and their grandkids.
But after losing his job, he fell behind on paying his property taxes, thousands of dollars behind.
It's difficult. It's a little difficult.
He's charged more each year than some families in similar homes. Kareem's yearly property taxes are $7,800 a year for his 2-unit home located in Brooklyn's East Flatbush neighborhood. But just a few miles west, we found a similar-sized home closer to the water that's paying $4,000 a year. That's more than $3,000 less than Kareem, even though the other home is worth twice as much.
Shocking, and I think something needs to be done yesterday regarding this.
He is not alone.
New York City has the most confusing and unfair property tax system in the country.
Isaiah Thompson co-authored this report, where he found the way homes in New York City are assessed negatively impacts communities of color the most. Are there inconsistencies in how property taxes are collected in New York City?
Absolutely. There are huge inconsistencies.
Mostly we're focused on making taxes fairer.
Finance Commissioner Preston Niblack is in charge of collecting taxes based on laws that were passed decades ago.
That inequity is something that has often been decried, and it is one that we have some proposals that we have talked to Albany about to fix.
It's complicated. Different properties in the city are valued using different methods. If you live in an area that's undergoing rapid growth and gentrification, there is a cap on how much you're taxed, so you're not paying big increases all at once. If you're living in an area with fewer home sales and development like Kareem, there is no cap on how much you're taxed. And there's another issue.
We have no broad-based tax relief for low and moderate income homeowners. That's very common throughout the rest of the country.
Being the largest city in the country, why do you think that we don't have a program like that in place?
That's a good question, and it goes back, to when the bill was first passed 40-some years ago. And I don't have the answer, but I think we recognize today that we
John Watley says that's on $583 a month, which is a cheap mortgage payment. Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It never goes away. You can't pay it off. You cannot pay it off. Man, listen, I believe in a small fee that basically constitutes supporting our schools, police department, and infrastructure. I believe in a small fee that supports our schools, police department. Obviously, you got to throw fire in there, and infrastructure. The amount of money that is being paid in property taxes nationwide, and you know where it's the worst at, outside of like the Chicagos and the New Yorks, it's also in the states where you don't have no income taxes. Why? Because they're trying to make up for the shortage and the shortfall that they would normally collect in income taxes. I just think that Texas is out of control, bro. Honestly, I think that taxation is probably one of the things that I hate the most. I hate taxation. I just paid all of the property taxes for all of my properties. Y'all see me with all of that stupid paperwork the other day? Oh, it's a lot. Now, I don't look at properties as anything other than the business. So, ultimately the renters that pay the more, I don't have a mortgage, but the renters that pay the rent on the properties, they ultimately pay property, they cover the property taxes, and then I get whatever it is left over by the end of the year. But man, it's a lot. It's a lot. And people will get mad and be like, I can't believe that the rent is going up. Well, part of your expenses is going up and the property taxes is going up. Well, how can you help to control this? One of the ways you can control it is the way that black people and white people and every other person don't want to participate. You got low voter turnout, but you can control the cap or how much they're going to charge in property taxes if that is one of the requests that you put in on your constituents or whoever it is that's going to be trying to run for office. When they knock on your door, when you go to the community town halls, when you go to the meetings, one of the things you should bring up is, hey, listen, we need to figure out how to solve for and put a cap on and leverage property taxes, and where's our tax dollars going? But that's not a question that we'll ask in our community. Yet you'll sit here and see people and say, hey man, property taxes is disproportionately affecting me and I'm about to lose my grandmother's home that's been paid off forever. Honestly, I think that, man, I hate tax. That's why I was trying to figure out, like, why don't y'all want to keep the Trump tax cuts in place? And why are y'all not trying to leverage lowering taxes for everybody? Why do y'all not support lowering it for everybody? I'm telling you, man, property taxes is crazy. It is crazy, bro. I got land that I pay property taxes on that I haven't even built on yet, and that junk is out of control. And I'll be like, man, what in the world is going on? Why are they charging so much in property taxes? What's going on? Texas is not cheap. Who told you that Texas is cheap? How is Texas cheap? Is Texas cheap? Texas may be cheaper than California, New York, but Texas is not cheap. I don't know where y'all talked about that in. Who told y'all that?
Really need that.
When homeowners don't pay their taxes, they can be placed on the city's lien sale list. That's where foreclosure comes in, and homeowners could lose their properties if they don't make payments. It nearly happened to Kareem.
It's scary because you don't know if you'll lose your home or what.
Our ABC data team found out of the thousands of homes on the list facing foreclosure since 2019, 76% were in minority neighborhoods.
You see why we're on the list, because we're being charged more. And we don't even make as much.
The city made 2 improvements this year.
Our goal is to avoid foreclosure whenever possible.
Offering new payment plan options.
The only reason that they want to avoid foreclosure is because they want that revenue coming in. And if nobody is actually paying into the revenue by paying the property taxes, it lowers the amount of money that the city has to use on whatever it is that they feel like their obligations are.
It's for owners to request to be removed from the sale.
I know Texas got high property taxes. That's what I'm saying. What is he talking about?
Kareem ended up doing.
What's it like to pay that monthly payment on top of all the other payments that you have?
Difficult, but it's getting by. Difficult, but it's getting by.
Difficult, but he's getting by. To give you an idea.
But they've been doing this in every single city. So they investigated New York, they investigated Chicago, they investigated Denver. They have an investigative series that basically breaks down everywhere that people are paying disproportionately high property taxes and they're losing their homes because of it.
A key part of the American dream is homeownership, but with that comes a responsibility many homeowners dread: property taxes. Some Americans claim their property tax bills are disproportionately high, and a new analysis by ABC's own television station shows that's exactly what's happening to many homeowners in majority non-white neighborhoods. The data shows a nationwide pattern of what's called highballed tax assessments. In tonight's Prime Focus, ABC News investigates how high taxes can also leave homeowners homeless. Here's our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott.
That's where we used to gather, to bring the family together.
For 70-year-old Benita Anderson, this Baltimore house became a
And if you
haven.
are on a fixed income, so for example, they in Baltimore in this instance, if you're on a fixed income and your property taxes is continuing to go up because the valuation of that's the part that we don't talk about. That's the part that we don't talk about. We don't talk about the valuation, property taxes, all of that stuff. Y'all just say, go buy a home. Like, you don't even know what you're talking. Like, People need to be informed. They need all of the information. They need to know the true costs of maintaining the property. They need to know what the repair costs are going to be. They need to know how much it costs to get a roof, how long that roof is going to be on there. What did the last owners do? What is the foundation of the property like? Are they going to have to update everything? Is everything outdated? Like, it's a lot that goes into just owning a house or owning a property. How much is the property taxes in this city versus the next city, and so on and so forth? Will you be able to grow old in this? Are you going to have a fixed income? What do you anticipate your income being once you retire? Will you still be able to stay in at home? It's a lot of things that go into that, and people don't really take that into consideration.
A place that her 5 children and 8 grandchildren could call their own. But a cancer diagnosis in 2020 changed everything.
When I started feeling better, that's when I got the mail.
Benita was already struggling with mounting bills. Then it was a letter from the city of Baltimore letting her know she owed about $5,000 in back taxes from the last year.
That's what I paid. But
that's sad.
They say they applied that to other tax years versus applying it to the year that it was for.
By 2022, the city of Baltimore put a lien on Benita's house that was then auctioned off to the highest bidder.
Take me back to that moment when you realized that you would be losing your home.
That's crazy.
I said, oh my God, I'm 7 years old and I'm homeless.
Benita is one of many across the country who found herself highballed, facing disproportionately high property tax bills and ultimately losing her home at a government sale.
If you can't afford to pay your property taxes and you keep missing your payments, government is going to auction your property off for back taxes.
Property taxes are based on an assessment, the government's best guess of how much a home is worth.
So there are a lot of variables. If the assessment system is not working the way it is, it could create tremendous distortions from homeowner to homeowner. Somebody living next door to you could be paying proportionately far more than you're paying.
Take Benita's old neighborhood as an example, where 97% of residents are black, and the typical tax bill is around $3,800. A few miles away in the majority white Baltimore neighborhood of Cross Country, homeowners tend to pay lower taxes, but their homes are actually worth 50% more.
In suburbia, where you have a high level of segregation, the people who are being taxed unfairly based on not accurately capturing the value of their home are people of color.
Now, I will also tell you this, that different cities that could be literally next to each other, because a lot of people will say, well, you know, is this because you black, or is this because it's a majority black over here or whatever? That's not always true. It could be based off of whether it's getting grandfathered in, how long a particular home has been in the family. It could be a number of things, but I will also tell you that your neighboring local suburb, all of the suburbs have a different property tax rate, and they have different millages, and they have a different school system and a different police department, and they're all different. It's all 100% different. I see cities that I invest in, and the property taxes are significantly different over here than it is over there, right? It could be higher property taxes over here, which means it actually depresses the cost of the house because you don't have as many home sales, because people don't want to necessarily pay as high of a property tax when they realize how much they will be paying in property taxes. When you talk to your realtor, make sure you talk to them not just about what you can afford in a mortgage, but also baked into that the insurance and the property taxes. Let me say that again for the people in the back, because realtors are out here to sell you a property. They get their commission based off of how high the property is that they sell you. They don't get their commission based off of how much that they help you and how well they work with you. They don't get their commission based off of how well they work with you. What we're going to also have to start doing is as people in general, And I'm not talking black or white or any of that. I'm just talking about people in general. What we're going to have to start doing, ladies and gentlemen, is you guys are going to have to start working on going into neighborhoods and into places that are actually beneficial for your budget. You're going to have to go into neighborhoods and businesses that are beneficial for your budget. I know y'all don't want to talk about that. I know that's not a different thing. I know that's not something that you want to talk about, but affordability is based off of your lifestyle. And we don't want to really have a conversation about that. And these property taxes is not going away. Yes, it is absolutely horrendous. Yes, I absolutely agree with y'all that it's bad. I don't like the fact that property taxes exist. As much money as I make, I don't like paying property taxes at the rate that I have to pay property taxes. But what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Honestly, I don't even think that real estate is for everybody. I think that you should get a lower cost of living. Sometimes people need to practice group economics. I wish I could convince people that, because I think that real estate is for some people if you understand it from a business perspective, but I think that real estate is not for everybody. I wish that I could help people to understand how you need to be focused on making sure that you're in the right assets, that you lower your lifestyle, and that way you're able to enjoy your life. It's not about the car. It's not about how sweet your house is. It's not about what kind of chain you got on. It's not necessarily about the shoes. Yes, enjoy life. Yes, buy the things that you want, but within a comfortable price range that will ultimately make your life awesome. You don't have to own a whole bunch of properties, because if you're not looking at it from a business perspective, then you may be in a situation where all of your extra income could actually kill your budget because you're trying to maintain a lifestyle. Everybody don't need two homes. You don't need a country home or a home over there and a home over. If you can afford it, if you can comfortably afford it, that's one thing. Sometimes it may be cool for y'all to live together and that just be it. Why? Because you can put the majority of your money over into a stock. You can put your majority of your money over into a mutual fund. You can put a majority of your money over into this, right? Over into an ETF or over into whatever investment vehicle that will actually give you a better return on your money without all of the maintenance. Sometimes you don't want to do the roof. Sometimes you don't. I like building houses because I like the designing. I like the architecture of it. I like the whole process. I like working with contractors. So it's a great investment vehicle for me because I don't actually have mortgages. But if you just in it for the money, then you're going to be in trouble. If you're trying to get into something for the money, then you need to make sure that you invest in Bitcoin and invest in your favorite stocks and let it sit there and continue to dollar cost average. But it's not always about having the biggest home. It's about being comfortable. It's about being able to access maybe public transportation. It's about being close to the things that you like to do. Maybe you a city person and you like to go into the city and have a good time. Maybe you want less than a 10 or 15 minute drive over into the areas that you like to be in and hang around. Then that's the thing that you need to be focused on. It's about lifestyle. Lifestyle. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's not about trying to be like everybody else. It's not about trying to live in a certain type of neighborhood. Everybody keep telling me, for example, the who's who in the big dog neighborhoods is Birmingham. I'll use one place. It's Birmingham, Michigan. Birmingham is where everybody that supposedly got money is going to be at, right? And the property taxes is out of control. And the land under the property is at least $1 million. And I made up in my mind, I said, why do I have to go and move to Birmingham just because I got a little bit of money? Why do I have to? For what? Nobody is going to give me an extra award. Nobody is going to pay my property taxes. Nobody is going to do nothing extra for me. It's a nice city. It's an awesome city. It's awesome. I'm not even home the majority of the time. Why do I have to pay extra money to live in a place just to be amongst other people that got money? I'm going to go into the place that don't cost me as much, that actually is more aligned with my lifestyle, the way that I have my life structured, that safe environment that my daughter likes the schools, and Rita likes to be over there because she's very careful. She very much like to go to a lot of the places that's around there. I'm not focused on what everybody else is doing. I'm running my own race. I like having extra money so that I can go and buy the cars that I want. My hobby is not paying property taxes. My hobby is old schools. I like being able to go and drive my 96 Impala. I like being able to trade up into different cars. That's my hobby, right? So I want to use my money for the things, the extra money that I'm not investing because I'm going to be responsible. I have to make sure that my daughter got a roof over her head, and if anything happens, they're going to be cool. But why do I want to overpay in property taxes just to try to keep up with a bunch of people that don't even care nothing about me? They don't know me. They don't know me. Why do I like my neighbors that I got. They cool. We talk. Tim the Two-Man Taylor. Now I can live that, do the thing that I want to the house that I want to. Recently got a deck built on the back. It's a nice deck. It's awesome. Spent the extra money for the deck. I'm literally right off the water. I'm right off the water, so that works for me. Birmingham, you ain't no water in Birmingham. And I ain't even just talking about water or any of that type of stuff. I am actually more of a city guy. That's for my daughter. My daughter and stuff like being out there. So what I'm saying is, you ain't got to go and get the highest value property or go and move in this place or increase your cost of living to whatever it is that you make. All you got to do is be comfortable for you. You might like traveling. You might like going back and forth to Vegas 4 or 5 times a year, but you don't have that type of money to go back and forth to Vegas because you house poor, because you have to spend all of your money on this thing and it's killing your bank account. And we don't actually like to align our lifestyle with what we like to do. Identify your hobby, make smart investments, go get that bag, work hard, but then be able to enjoy yourself. You don't want to be house poor. You don't want to be house poor. I know so many people that are house poor. I know so many people that are up to their eyeballs in being house poor. I don't need a $1 million house. I'm being honest with you. Will I get one day? I don't know. Maybe. I make enough money to where I can have a multi-million-dollar house. I'm not interested. I looked at some of them houses that was down there in Miami, and I was like, let me stay in my lane. And I make a crazy, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm a very blessed person. I work very hard. I am very blessed. I seen some of them home prices over there in Miami. I seen something for 20, 27 million. For what? Yeah, nigga, I live in a 27 million. For what? I'd rather have 27 M's in my brokerage and in my Bitcoin account than I will having it in this crib. For what? You know how many, man, you're paying crazy amount of property taxes. In addition to the maintenance, I don't want that type of problem. I'm not interested. I don't want that type of problem. I don't want that problem. I'm going to take my little half a M house over here, my half a M property over there. And you know what I like to do? I like to take 2-3 months out of the year, 3-4 months out of the year, and go and spend a crazy amount of money and visit over to California and live out there. That's where I want to spend I don't want to spend my money maintaining this property over here. I want to have a half a mil over here. I want to have a corporate apartment downtown that I pay a decent amount for that because it's really nice. I like my views. And then I want to go spend $20,000 a month in California. I want to be in San Diego or Newport. And then I like coming home comfortably to my cars. Ying, yang. I figured out what I want my life to be. You have to run your race. You can't run somebody else's race. I want to be in California for 4 months out of the year, 5 months out of the year, right? So that's how I'm going to spend my money. I don't want to do what you do. I'm not interested in living the life that you live. I love cars. I don't love cars enough to get a Bugatti because I don't really care about what you do. You may like Bugattis, and you may want to stunt on the hoes for that. You know what? My Lamb, my 911, I love those cars. 96 Impala, that's my favorite. Of all of the cars that I got, my 96 Impala is my favorite one. That is my life. I am not going to try to do what everybody else do. I've seen everybody else going out there and getting these richer meals. I've seen a bunch of people going out there and going to get richer meals. Richard meals. I like the watch that I got just fine. The watch I got, this is me. I don't want to spend $250,000 on a Richard meal because a rapper did it. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I'm acting the way that I need to act. I'm straight. I'm straight. I don't need a $250,000 plate look like a Casio watch. It don't do nothing for me. It don't even hold the value, in my opinion, that it should have. Why? Because all of the celebrities and the rappers got it. I'm good the way that I am. I'm straight. AP, Patek, Rolex, Omega, that's me. Apple Watch, that's me. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't want it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get it. I'm saying that I'm acting my wage and my lifestyle. I'm acting the way that I want to act. I prefer to spend, listen, when we get to the 250 range, and who knows, maybe I'll change one day. But when we get to the 250,000 range, that's another property for me. I'm going to get some land and build another property. I can't justify it because it don't do nothing for me. I never grew up wanting a Richard meal. Half of us didn't even know what a Richard meal was until some rapper got it. AP, I like the APs. So that's all I'm saying is that we gonna have to start adjusting our mindset to what works for us. If you got a nice paid off house and it's $200,000, that's your $200,000 house. Don't let nobody talk you into doing something that you don't want to do. Don't let nobody talk you into doing something that you don't want to do. You move on your timeline. You don't move on somebody else's timeline. You move on your timeline. You let everybody else do what they want to do. You do what you do. You running your own race. And you move when you comfortable. Don't let nobody trick you out your bag trying to keep up with somebody else.
Baltimore, where Benita lives, 92% of properties listed at tax sales from 2019 through 2023 were in majority non-white neighborhoods. And an analysis by ABC News and its own station's data journalism team found that this is a nationwide pattern, causing thousands of people in communities like Benita's to lose their homes each year. We found on average, people in those neighborhoods pay disproportionately high property taxes compared to those in majority white neighborhoods, at times even in the same county. It's a story our colleagues heard across the country.
Ain't nothing to do in San Diego, and that beach is a fake beach. How do you get a fake beach? What's a fake beach? It's literally right off the ocean. I don't really know how you got a fake beach off the ocean. How is San Diego a fake beach? And you said there's nothing to do in San Diego. There's something to do everywhere. Y'all just boring. You just ain't a fun person. And maybe I just like sitting on the rooftop and overlooking the beach. I'm okay with that.
We're like up the creek with nowhere to go, no help, nothing.
Just keep praying and asking the Lord to just keep me afloat.
That's messed up, bro. It is. It's honestly messed up. I do pray for these people, and I want the best for them. I do think that property taxes is a racket, bro. That needs to be revamped. It needs to be fixed. There's so much that needs to be fixed from a political perspective, bro. It's so much that needs to be fixed from a political perspective. To see older people that actually own their homes and to go broke like this is crazy to me. It absolutely is crazy to me. But run your race is what I'm saying, bro. Run your race. Plan your life out accordingly. Run your race and stop focusing on what everybody else got going on. That way you able to do what's best for you. You might not need to. Listen, you may not want to go and live in $1 million house. You may want to go live in a $250,000, $300,000 house. And then you may want to go and do 7 vacations throughout the year. You may want to go and visit somewhere and go to. Have you ever went to another city just to go to a concert? It's fun as hell. Have you ever went and just explored a random city because you had money? It's awesome. It's awesome to have money to do what you want to do. I ain't even gonna cap with you right now. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I ain't got nothing for you, bro. I ain't got nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't move. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I ain't got it. It's D-Day for me. I got 4, 5 projects all in flight at the same time. I got a $250,000 budget that I'm holding off on so that I can buy these properties at the auction. And so that I got the land that I'm buying with the properties. I got 3 properties in flight, 1 being developed. I got a Lamborghini that I'm paying for over there, and then I got another car on order over here. I ain't got it. And don't ask me for nothing. I ain't got it. Every dollar is spoken for the next 3 months. Next 3 months, every dollar is spoken for. I ain't got it. I don't have it. I'm broke. I ain't got it. Every dollar is spoken for. I have every dollar allocated for on investments. And then the team is asking me for MacBook Pros in Mali, outside of Mali, and Mali is going to want something different that costs probably more than that. I'm broke. I ain't got it. All my money is spoken for. It's already spent. It's already spent. You know what I'm saying? I got a property that I'm revamping, some other ones that I'm building. I said build as many as you possibly can. Get all of the permits pulled. Let's build this stuff up, and I throw every dollar that I got into that. I ain't got no money for nothing else. Said how much I need? Oh, I don't need no money. I don't need nothing. Let me know if you need a loan. I don't need no money. I don't need no money from nobody. I ain't say I wasn't well off. I just said that all of my money is spoken for. Because I'm spending my money on the stuff that's meaningful to me. I don't need the same stuff that everybody else need. I want to put my money in the stuff that's meaningful to me. And so that's what we doing. I got new windows going into a old property. I just put the roof on the other one. We doing new siding. We pulling the old stuff off. We putting new siding on one. On August 20th, I got to be prepared financially for the auction. See, I know. I'll put it to y'all like this. And this is what y'all got to also understand is that you have to know when it's a time to ball and when it's time to just sit back and chill. You got to know when it's a time to ball and when it's time to sit back and chill. I knew that property taxes was coming up. Summer taxes was coming. I knew the auction was coming in August. I know that I got a car on order that's going to be delivered. I don't want to finance it. I don't want to finance the car. I don't want to have an interest rate on the lamb, and it's going to cost me about $500,000. So what I did was I said, all right, so we're going to set this money aside for this. We're going to set this money aside for that. And it's not time for me to go out here and be spending $100,000 on nothing. I'm not in ball mode right now. The way my checking and my savings is set up, you got to make sure that you start adjusting and planning for the things that's meaningful. I want to get the most properties possible. I don't want to finance my car. I just want to pay cash for it. I just want to, here it is. So, yeah, man, I don't want to I don't do stuff the same way that everybody else do, bro. I don't want no debt. I'm not financing nothing. I don't want to go through no banks. I'm not doing none of that. I just want to own it outright. I want to pay my property taxes. I want to build my houses. I want to buy my cars. And I want to just do what I want to do. I don't want to pay the same. I'll just stack. For me, I'll stack and just pay it. I ordered the Temerario. I got the layout right here. I can show it to you. I got the whole payment summary. It's right here. This is it. This is my whole thing right here. That's the base price. I actually got to go in and finish customizing it. That's the base price right here. 2026. And that's the options. That's the second page. And my total price. Got the carbon 2122s, that's $28,000. And the total price is $476, and that's before taxes and everything. You spend over $500,000 for it. That's it right there. So, got the matching wheels, the carbon fiber wheels, got the matching interior with the pipe and stitching. I got about $100 and some $1,000 worth of add-ons and extras. That's what I'm rocking with. So I'm broke. I ain't got it. I don't have it. I ain't financing. I ain't renting nothing. I ain't buying nothing. I just want to get what I'm going to get, and I'm staying out the way. All right? So, that's broke. I'm broke. I got to hustle. I got to work. I got to grind. I got to go get this money, baby. Run your own race. Run your own race. I can't buy no richer meals right now. I can't do that. That's not my life. All right? That's what they sent me. They said I got to come. Actually, you know what? He just said that I got to come and customize. He literally just texted me right before I got on the show. All right. Anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me read a couple of more super chats. We got after hours tonight. Should be fun. So Carrington Love Jr. says, tax deed auctions just bought multiple properties in the last 6 months, a mix of vacant and worn houses, all to clear and tear down for new builds in the state of North Carolina. That's good. Got to have the money to build it too. Keon says, found it. Do you use StreamYard or another program? I use StreamYard for the panel shows. Artifact says, salute to the bag chasers. Happy Friday, chatting family. Yeah, shout out to y'all. All right, y'all. So we all going to promise to run our own race, and we are going to stay in our lane, and we going to act our wage, W-A-G-E. After hours tonight, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.